Why, hello there. It is I. Also, are you muted? Senju says muted. Are you muted?
Oh, I was muted. I was. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the playoffs of the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle Champions. As I was just saying, I'm not alone, not anymore. I'm joined by another fellow CranKy Duckling, joined by Gooda.
Hello again.
Hello.
You haven't heard me for some time.
Exactly. Yeah. As with always for our Polish events, whether it's the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle, it's the weeklies, whether it's the big main events, we try to bring Kuro on, as we also have a now live translator.
Yes, let's call it that. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying my best to live translate, but it's definitely not easy. I was not trained for this, so I'm sorry in advance and in the past for the quality. I want to do subtitles later, but we'll see if that comes true.
Oh, good.
But anyway. Do you want to start? Or?
Yeah, here we go. We are jumping into our first series of the playoffs of the semifinals, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the Polish Terran player, the blue Terran. It is Spirit.
Oh, I don't hear the fanfare. How do I do intros without fanfare? Well, anyway, we are here now in the bottom right side of the map, and it is our red Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
Yeah, it's always weird whenever you're doing the production, whenever someone else is doing the production, so you don't hear the fanfares.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so quiet.
It does sound really weird whenever you watch StarCraft without the fanfare. Like, unironically, it's yeah.
I am very, very, very tempted to just press the soundboard button in our Discord, but I know that it will also blast the stream.
It's not ideal. I know what it is, but the quality of that audio file is worse than the actual fanfare. So
yeah, I mean, it obviously has to be a bit, what's the word? Condensed.
Yeah.
Compressed.
There you go. It's not as ideal. But here we go. We are diving in, and again, welcome one and all to the playoffs. If you're maybe tuning in after the events of the Massive Coliseum, welcome one and all. This is a big offline LAN event happening in the land of Poland, and we've been getting some glimpses from the main stage, from the casters, from the host as well. We have been getting some interviews, and thankfully, Kura has been providing some translations in the chat, and we can also She can also help us translate as well when it comes to the, I would imagine winners interviews. Maybe I'm hoping they have some.
Maybe potentially. I mean, okay. So the interviews we've been seeing so far is that there was actually set up in this stream where the viewers could ask questions through a Google form, and they've been all arranged. I think they already closed the questions by now, but basically they're picking up like different players and just asking them 3 to 4 questions, and getting some answers.
There you go. I hope they have some pre-game interviews. I know that players aren't necessarily always excited about that, but it would be fun to hear from them coming into especially the finals, maybe the third place match as well. It would be fun to hear their thoughts, but we'll see. It comes down to the production.
Yeah. I mean, it also comes down to how much time we have as well.
True.
Although I will say that this edition is a bit faster than it usually is. Like usually we get into playoffs like way into the evening.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm thankful for the best of 2 format in the group stage. That does speed things up quite a bit. I was actually taking note of it earlier, but we might not even have a 12-hour cast today, which I'm more than happy about. It would be nice to get some rest today and not spend 12 hours like all day casting StarCraft and then 12 hours tomorrow as well. It'd be nice.
I mean, I'm sure people at the location would also be quite happy about that, because as a reminder for those who may be just tuning in, this is a live event at a gaming bar, so it's kind of a little bit like Home Story Cup, not exactly like Home Story Cup, but similar vibe, where it's also happening in a gaming bar in Warsaw in Poland. So there are some guests there as well. I mean, there's a lot of people from the Polish community, but we also know there are people from Bulgaria there, from the BGE, Stara Zagora people. So we have at least Exalted. I don't know if someone else as well. And more guests as well.
Yeah, and it also means that if it ends early, then they can actually get drinks later. Like, they can actually just keep, spend the night at the bar. Let's go.
Yeah, they will. I can tell you they will.
They will. Meanwhile, Spirit does come over this initial drop here towards the main base. Shield battery is not ready. First sentry goes down. Stalker going to be going down as well. And Spirit is doing a little probe kills. Oh.
Oh, that he is, yeah. Very nicely done. Ooh, the Helion was good, but the Marines are still here, and the Stalkers are not able to deal with this in time.
Yeah, this is becoming game-ending damage here. The Heli volleys are brutal. So many probes going to be going down. He saves the Heli and does barely escape. Will not get another shot off. Thankfully, that is 14 probes going down. That is almost an entire mineral line worth of workers.
Yeah, so that one definitely didn't go too well for Gerald. I'm not quite sure what went wrong there. I mean, that one Stalker gets sniped, but the rest of them also just were not able to like keep Spirit at bay, and yeah, so much damage done on these probes.
Yeah, winding it back, it wasn't an economic opener. It was a rack to span here into a drop from Spirit. Nothing too crazy, but what's different about El Dorado, which did come into play here, is that the drop hits faster because of the short rush distance by air. So it hits a couple of seconds faster than usual. Alas, Gerald, he was in position, but barely was not able to maintain himself. Did lose far too many workers, and now Gerald is behind. Now it's on Gerald to bounce back and get some kind of counter damage.
Yeah, and he will try to do so with these Stalkers now going across the map. We do have Blink already, so they do have that in their arsenal. But the Helion does scout that coming.
Yeah, Spirit, he is aware. Back at him, he's got a bunker. I'm loving the safety turret just in case there are some Dark Templar, so he's fully prepared for DTs. The tanks are sieged. The main base, likewise, is a little bit less secure, but because of the terrain itself, it is not easy. It actually is impossible to blink into the main.
Yes, indeed. So I guess, Gerald, we have to think of a different strategy here. He's trying to, like, shark around the base, but cannot really get anything done there. At the same time, we have some harassment from a Raven, from Spirit, across the map, dropping the turrets, and even more workers are going down.
Yeah, 2 more probes go down. The Raven does survive. We just see Spirit moving. No, the Stalkers, they move out of position at the wrong moment, and the drop is missed. With that Spirit, he can unload it. He can actually try to catch out these Stalkers. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what he's planning. He unloaded those Marines and he will try to catch the Stalkers. Can he do it? I mean, the Stalkers do spot the drop, so the drop is in danger, but the rest of the army is close behind.
Yeah, exactly. So thankfully, Gerald, he does get eyes on the drop. He's able to take notice, able to pull away, does not lose the Stalkers, and he can slow down the push, picking away at the Wind Mines, the Marines, the Marauders. His goal here is he needs to slow this down, otherwise the game could just end here and now with this move out.
That is good. I mean, he's working on Storm. Storm can definitely help with this, but we do have 2 tanks in this army as well, so yeah, definitely rough position for Gerald, and the army of the Terran is already here.
Yeah, he stims in, gets eyes on the Zealots, the army gets turned away, the third base is exposed, Storms are coming in, but it's still 5 seconds away. Up!
But do we have High Templars? We have 1 High Templar, it's charged, and ooh, nice Storm on the entire army there.
Oh, very nice Storm. Takes it to the face. A lot of Marines do go down. Nice start here for Gerald, but he needs another Storm as Spirit. He's still not backing up, still in between the bases, and he can either head towards the third or towards the natural.
Yeah, it looks like those tanks will keep the position between the bases. Recall is forced there from Gerald. It recalls the 1 High Templar from the third base. I mean, it still has energy for another Storm, so it could definitely do a lot of damage to this army.
But that means the third's exposed.
Back.
Yeah, the third is exposed. There's no Storm to support the Storm on the high ground, but last Stalkers, they blink down. Pylon goes down, depowers a shield battery, and the third base is completely exposed.
Ooh, and also because the Stalkers blink down there, they were not able to escape, and with that, Spirit will be taking game number 1.
GG, well played. Spirit having a phenomenal start, able to kill 14 probes at the start of the game. That was almost game then and there. The pressure was on Gerald to try to do some counter damage, but because of the map, because of El Dorado, there was no way for Gerald to blink into the natural or into the main base. He couldn't do any counter damage, and Spirit snowballed from there.
Yeah, that he did. And I mean, it was a snowball from Spirit definitely, but we also had the positioning from Spirit in that attack as well, where he tried to push into the natural, and as soon as he saw that, oh, actually the High Templar is recalled there, he just went for the third base because he knew that nothing was there anymore.
Yeah, again, because so much economic damage was dealt, that means that the army was smaller for Geralt. That means he couldn't actually split up his forces between his bases. He just didn't have the supply, didn't have enough to do so, and yeah, he was just pulled apart left and right. With that, a solid game there for for Spirit, and the pressure is now on Geralt to bounce back. Now, as a reminder, coming into this is going to be a best of 5, not a best of 2, not anymore.
Yeah, we had an entire day of best of 2s, but this is the playoffs bracket, a very small playoffs bracket because it's only top 4, but that means that we also have a few best of 5s ahead of us.
Oh, exactly. So we have begun our best of 5s. I believe the third place match is also going to be a best of 5.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know if best of 5. Hold on, let me check that. Hold on, I'm gonna search for it in one of my 10,000 windows that I definitely don't have open right now.
No, not like this.
It's okay.
Uh,
Don't worry about it.
Also, as we're getting ready here for game number 2, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. I apologize for not having it ready for game 1, but it is now open for game number 2. So I do apologize, but if you can hear this message, you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to place your bets on who you think will claim this series.
So I have just checked, and it is the third place match is in fact best of 3.
Oh, okay. There we go. I mean, I think I appreciate a shorter series for the for the third place match, just because I would imagine that both players are a little bit less motivated, just because they would have just lost their matches in the semifinals. So yeah, I'm not opposed to it being a shorter series.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, it's time to jump into game number 2 of this semifinals, and it is on Ultra Love, where in the bottom left corner we have the blue Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It's Gerald.
And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Terran player, the Red Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Spirit.
So they just changed colors, didn't they?
Did they?
I think they did.
Okay.
I think Gerald was red before.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Gerald was red.
It's fine. I didn't even notice. But we are going to be settling in. Something that I do appreciate from Gerald as well, actually I don't think I pointed out during the cast, at least not too much, is that I do appreciate that Gerald, he's actually rocking a Streamer Zone jersey. He actually has a jersey.
Yeah.
I noticed it was like covered in sponsors, and I noticed the logo as well. So I do appreciate that Streamer Zone, they have been, of course, supporting their players and handing out their jerseys to their boys.
Yeah, Streamer Zone seems to be currently developing their team in general. Like, obviously they signed quite a few StarCraft players. They also, I saw they were signing more people from other games as well. So it looks like the organization is developing right now.
Yeah, exactly. Still a little bit
Oh my God.
newer team, but regardless is developing nonetheless. So do appreciate it here. Hope we're able to get a full body shot of Geralt with that jersey.
I mean, you can get it. You have to press Control tilde, I think.
Oh! It's an updated photo. Let's go. Look at him. They could do some work when it comes to cutting out his hair a little bit. I can see the.
Look, they were in a hurry. Okay. They
this,
literally took the photo before the event.
This is some Little League Cup level cutting of the image, but there you go. Rank number 2 in house. Oh, didn't know that. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, Gerald has played a lot of these tournaments throughout the year. Like, Gerald is always there for the LAN events. Spirit missed one, I believe. I remember there was this one house where Spirit wasn't there because it was I think his mother's birthday.
Yeah, it was at the start of the year. Spirit wasn't there. That was the house Galactic battle that Cristiano won because Spirit wasn't there. If you recall.
So yeah, but this time he is here.
And he is, and we do have the initial openers here. Spirit going something economic. Meanwhile, cheeky move out of Geralt. He will delay the land. Very nicely done. Will eventually be able to land, but last he shades again. The shade.
Yep, this is so mean. It's like you have such a small chance to catch that exact moment where the Terran may be lifting their CC. Because why would they lift it in the first place unless they were floating it? But like. Yeah, that was a nice catch there from Gerald, but it looks like that Adept won't be able to do much good afterwards anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the CC was off-center, so it had to reposition, so very nice moves here out of Gerald. Meanwhile, we do see Gerald looking to try to pick up any stray Marines, but nice movement here by Spirit. He will pull back, he will survive, he will maintain himself, and the Hellion does slip away.
It does, and it will be able to go across the map, but it may meet the units of Gerald anyway. It looks like it survived just barely, so we'll be going to scout. Ooh, but the second Stalker will catch it. Yeah,
as a reminder, there was no Reaper follow-up here. We can see once again through with the same initial opener, same Marine count, Widowmine as well, headed towards the bases, and the Stalkers are racing back home. The Hellion should be dealt with though. Hellion goes down.
It goes down. It does scout ahead of time though. Ooh, the Widowmines are actually dropped in front of the base.
Ooh.
And they're not able to catch anything.
Yeah, they force the recall. Nicely done here by Spirit, able to outposition those Stalkers. Does pull away, does pull back, and so far Gerald, he's holding.
He's holding. His Stalkers are in position and they are going towards the main base. The probes are pulled just immediately before the Widowmines are even unloaded.
The boys are pulled away, one shot going off, one worker goes down, and Spirit, he races back home. He recognizes that this time he will not be able to deal critical damage, he backs off, and Gerald gets a third.
Yeah, so already much better start for Gerald than the previous game. He was able to save his workers, he was on top of the drop from Spirit, and yeah, should be a much stronger game from him.
Yeah, we can actually see Gerald's actually set into his own game, actually settle into his own game state here. We've got a 3-gate blink opener into a third base, into a bay, into Colossus production.
Yeah, for now we have this group of Stalkers just going across the map, scouting, maybe poking a bit at the Terran soon. But yeah, I mean, I wonder what Gerald wants to achieve with this Stalkers specifically. Like, will he try to blink into the main base as well?
With 3-gate blink,
it's a possibility.
Yeah, he should just be containing his opponent. There is potential with the Observer, as the Observer is getting in position. We could try to snipe the add-ons, for example, as there is only one tank on the low ground. Spirit actually cuts tank production early on, so there is potential for a dive, but alas, Geralt is going to be poking in towards the natural instead. It gets a Marine, doesn't quite test the waters in the main. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite aware that is the setup that Spirit has. Oh, even loses a Stalker to the tank as well. So yeah, it doesn't look like there will be much harassment from these Stalkers, although they do take 2 SCVs.
And 2 SCVs do go down. Meanwhile, we do have some auto harass here towards the natural, getting 1 probe so far, so not bad here whatsoever for Spirit. And it's not done because here comes that one Widowmine from earlier dropping in.
Yeah, that one Widowmine was saved from the original drop, but it looks like Gerald is on top of that one as well. And yeah, but Spirit also doesn't even let it shoot and quickly picks it up.
Yeah, cheeky moves out of Spirit, does drop into the main, and the shot is going to be going off. Does he get a Stalker? Does he get a probe? Up! Ooh, nothing.
Oh, he got an assimilator.
Shot goes off in the simulator, and with that, Geralt, he does defend. Nicely done. Once again, despite the disastrous game 1, he is holding his own here in game 2.
Yeah, and also he is... Spirit is also... harassing with the Raven though, so some work is still may go down, but it looks like Gerald is on top of that as well, macroing them away with the shield battery, so none of them actually goes down even if they get damage.
And meanwhile, Widowmine back into the main base. Stalkers are in position. Nice blink. Medevac goes down. Widowmine as well. It looks like a shot is going to go off on the probe. Oh no! Ooh, doesn't pull away.
That could have been so much worse. It was so close.
Yeah, 2 probes going down. Nice connection there by Spirit. Meanwhile, the main army has arrived. Nice force fields that will slow down the push, but the tank does siege up, and the third base is under threat.
Yeah, the Spirit is trying to go around through the other ramp, but decides against it. And yeah, Geralt has to master his defense here, but actually Spirit decides that this is not the time to attack. I think he might have seen the Colossus as well.
Yeah, the Colossus was spotted, so Spirit, he backs off. He respects the Colossi here. As Geralt moves out, takes a 4th base. I appreciate the expansions here. A 2nd Forge on the way as well, so this is really just a posture. Geralt, he has no real intention of trying to break his opponents, but just trying to keep Spirit on his own side of the map.
Oh, but this is a good position to do so, as we have this tank on the high ground, and it is in range of the army of the Protoss.
Yeah, Geralt, he gets caught out. 2 shots going to be going up. Very nice connections here by Spirit. Zealots go down, and Geralt has to be very careful not to be caught out here. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's forced to recall because this army of the Terran is trying to find a way to surround the Protoss, even steaming up the ramp.
Yeah.
But yeah, to the disappointment of Spirit, the army is no longer there.
Exactly. The jukes are real, but I mean, if we didn't see that recall, most likely Geralt would have lost everything. Everything would have gone down there, so thankfully he gets the hell away. He does back off, races back home. 3rd Colossus has arrived. 4th Colossus on the way.
Oh, but we have another Widowmine drop, and this one is spotted a little bit late, but it looks like it's just in time, and the probes will be saved here at least.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Widowmines are still two of them in the medevac, head towards the 3rd base. The army is in position. Despite that, Widowmines do unload, they do borrow. Oh! Ooh.
One more Widowmine in the natural base, but it also is forced to unload way ahead of the mineral line. I mean, it still gets 2 probes, so pretty nice, but... Not what Spirit hoped for.
Yeah, with that, Gerald, he holds on. Again, that could have been disastrous. Nice defense here out of Gerald. He's building up his army. Again, he's got 4 Colossus. From here, he can go into Disruptors. Another Forge is on the way. I thought I saw a second Forge earlier, but never mind. That was the first Forge, I suppose. So just gearing it up from here, getting to a 4-base economy. And Gerald, he is soon looking to max out.
Yes, he is, and he has a pretty nice map control right now. His army is spreading around. He has some zealots at the top, his main army at the bottom. But now Spirit decides to move out, and we'll see how this army stacks against the Terran.
Yeah, in the head-on fights, I do favor Geralt here. I mean, we should be looking to cut the map in half and head towards the late game. I mean, that's what his Ultra Love is known for, because of how defendable these bases are. We'll see if we can get there, though, as Geralt, he attempts run-bys, but Spirit, he's all over this.
Yeah, Spirit is on top of mix. The Zealots are not able to do much damage. They do hurt a few SCVs, 4 do go down, but it's not major damage there.
And nothing too major. Disruptors have arrived. Storm is on the way, so Geralt, he's getting into all 4 forms of splash damage. I don't think he should be out here once again, though. It's very dangerous as there are so many Vikings and the Disruptors are not here. Oh.
Yeah, the Vikings are following the Colossi. First of them is getting sniped, but the Force Fields are keeping the rest of the Terran army away from the Protoss.
Yeah, Geralt, he does escape at a cost, though. As you mentioned, did lose 1 Colossus. Again, he was being a little bit too cavalier with his army. 4th base on the way for Spirit, and Geralt, he cannot really touch these bases. He cannot push in. He has to back off, and this is where he should be taking up into Skytoss, to be honest. I appreciate that at least he's taking into Storm. That does help. Disruptors as well. But if we're going to be entering that late game, then it's going to be a little bit wiser here to take up even further, if we can get there, though, because Spirit is moving out.
Yeah, exactly. He's still harassing at the bases of Gerald, but he's also moving out with the main army. There are so many Vikings here on the front, and they're just going straight for it.
Yeah, they go straight for it. Nova goes off, zones the army away, but only 1 Nova. Where are the rest of the Disruptors?
Oh, the Disruptors are not here. The Colossus are starting to fall down as they are left without their support, and the Terran army is starting to make way into this base.
Yeah, Colossus are going down one after the other. Storms are going to be available. Diesel Storm on the left-hand side. We have more Templar coming in from the right as well. Disruptors are going to be coming in, and it looks like we are able to buy some time. The army is forced back.
Yeah, nice storms there on both of the ramps here, so Geralt is able to hold it back, but oh, he's moving forward.
Does move forward. 2 Disruptors go down. Massive losses here for Geralt. Nice storms, though. He still does punish the Bio army, and Geralt, he still holds.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as it was a very tricky hold for Geralt, Spirit also lost a lot of goals in this engagement, and as they fell both to Storms and the Novas.
Yeah, it was a back and forth trade here. Geralt, this is the big problem. He's still on 1 robo. He only has 1 robo. He can only make 1 Disruptor at a time. That's why his army here is quite lacking, even though he has a bank. Like, Geralt, he has, well, almost 1,000 in the bank here to spend his resources, but he can only make 1 unit at a time. As a result, Spirit is going to be the first to max out.
Yeah, that's a very scary Terran army that Spirit is coming with. He also has the upgrades advantage too, so that's also something to keep in mind. And I don't even know. Okay, the Zealots will catch this army, so Geralt is now aware, but like the main army of Geralt is not even in position to defend this.
Yeah, he has to rotate. He is out of position. Had Templar that do warp in, but we have some EMPs available, and this base is under fire.
Yeah, the probes are just straight up evacuated from this base. The Nexus will be falling down. The High Templars stay to stand guard, but yeah, we'll see how that engagement goes for them.
Yeah, at the same time, we see Spirit pushing towards left-hand side as well. Going for another expansion. Does force a cancel. 2 bases do fall. And Spirit, he might find another expansion. Oh.
That he does. There's this lonely Nexus here in the bottom right corner, and it will be destroyed by Spirit. So Geralt suddenly is on only 4 bases.
Yeah, 3 bases go down. Geralt's going to be knocked down to 4, as you did mention. Again, Geralt, his main army is still lacking very much so. Just 2 Disruptors, 2 Colossus. The armies to engage. Now, I don't think Spirit can really break this expansion or break this army yet, but he's coming in towards the left-hand side.
Yeah, I feel like that's the more difficult part of this engagement, that he has to split the army because Spirit is attacking in multiple places at once, and Geralt doesn't quite have a lot of, you know, the beefy units to split between the armies.
Ooh, yeah, he really does not. Another massive EMP does connect. We can see Geralt struggling to hold on. So far, he is able to maintain these bases, and he can try to catch his army, but actually, Spirit, he goes for the dive. Oh.
Yeah, Spirit just goes forward. Both the Disruptor and the Colossus goes down. The second Colossus is very low, but it's trying to escape to the high ground, and the army will be defended.
Yeah, Gerald, he does hold on. As you mentioned, Disruptor went down, Colossus went down, the other one barely survives. Spirit comes in once again. He won't quite be able to break Gerald though. Gerald, he holds, and Gerald, he is maxed out with mainly a gateway army.
Yeah, how many robo units do we have in total? We have this one Disruptor, one Colossus. Is that it? Is that anything else?
There's 2 Disruptors and 1 Colossus. That's all that we have left here. Again, it's a very cheap
There's
army.
one in production.
Yeah, it's a very cheap army here for Geralt, as you were mentioning, and we'll see what he can get done. Does force a cancel some of these bases. He is moving in. Bit of a gateway man army here. You know, at the same time, nuke across the map.
Yeah, another base from Geralt is in danger, and it looks like the nuke will be going off. The probes are also not escaping.
Yeah, he doesn't notice. Doesn't notice where it is. Nuke is going to pop off. Does pull away at the last second. 6 probes go down. Nice damage here for Spirit. The Ghost is still active, still there, can still chip away at that gas geyser at least. And Geralt, he doesn't push out.
Yeah, Geralt is trying to go across the map, but he has to find a good position to do so, and he's running straight into the army of Spirit.
Yeah, Spirit half his forces here to defend. Last Geralt, he kind of overwhelmed this. Storm's going to be going off, going to the planetary.
He's going for the planetary, but I feel like there's a bit of a distraction as well, because the main army is right there. But at the same time, there's a second force from Spirit going across the map towards Geralt. So, yeah, Geralt really has to pick his battles here.
Yeah, trading a base for a base. Now, Geralt, he can always try to recall back home. For now, though, he has reinforcements. He's going to be able to hold the line. And Geralt, he turns back around. He may try to catch the army. For now, though, content with sniping a base.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. He will set some zones there to make sure that the base is not retaken anytime soon. And it looks like now he's trying to find another way, another avenue of attack. But, I mean, I don't know if there is one right there, because that's where the Spirit's army is.
Yeah, I mean, these bases are somewhat exposed, especially top left, but as you mentioned, the army is in position, takes down the Colossus. Colossus finally goes down, and Geralt, his splash damage is down to, I believe, still 3 Disruptors, a couple of High Templar as well. Again, not the most ideal army to fight head-on, but, I mean, I guess it's an army.
It is a force. We even have Liberators there from Spirit, and even though those Liberators are not currently doing damage, they are forcing Geralt to keep more units back at home. And as you said, with this army not being super strong despite being maxed out, like, every unit counts here.
Yeah, it really does. We do see the main armies clashing. We do see Spirit mainly distracting his opponent. Takes out 1, takes out 2 Disruptors. Ooh, I mean, there were barely any Disruptors to begin with.
Yeah, and now there are none. There's still this one Colossus, which will be helping this army as it's fighting mostly bio, but at the same time Geralt is once again losing the base in the bottom right.
Yeah, another expansion goes down. Spirit taking his own base behind this, moving in. 10 probes do fall. There's 1 Disruptor to defend, but that's going to be targeted down immediately. Oh!
Yeah, nice storm though on the army. The bio army is very damaged now, and it will be going down eventually, but again, not without losses on Geralt's side.
Yeah, very nice storms, as you mentioned. So Geralt's fight kind of goes his way. He cleans everything up, but he has been losing bases. And again, his army is still leaving us to be wanting here. Going for a mass DT counterattack. We'll see what he can get done.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say DT, so that's sneaky, but at the same time, I feel like Spirit, out of all people, is like a very safe person. Yeah, he has a turret in every base. He's well prepared for any kind of DT attack.
I mean, it does blink in, and there's nothing to defend. The planetary is barely not done in time. At the same time, Spirit just going for a big counterattack, going right down mid, right towards the third base, forcing a recall.
Yeah, I feel like Spirit feels like he can sacrifice that base, or at least the workers from it, if he can get some damage done across the map, but it doesn't look like that's the case, and the planetary actually falls. The army was not back in time.
Yeah, the planetary goes down. 14 SCVs as well. Very nice damage here by God. Massive storm once again. Some of these storms have been very juicy.
Yeah, and there were a lot of ghosts on the front of this army as well, so quite a few of them did go down in that attack as well. So, look, even though Spirit had a really nice position, like, he's losing a lot of key units there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where even though Geralt's army isn't necessarily the highest of quality, he's got a couple of High Templar and he's making them count here. You know, he might have, 3, 4, 5 storms, but if they land, then, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, this army is so bio heavy that the storms connect pretty nicely with it.
Exactly, the splits just have not been there. With that, Spirit, he does fall to 56 workers. His worker count is taking a big toll. Geralt, he is already maxed out, pushing in once again. He's got actually now a lot of Stalkers instead. That's 31 Stalkers.
Yeah, this is a very stalker-heavy army. I mean, to be fair, he added some Archons as well, so those add a little bit of splash damage too.
Yeah.
Smaller one, but still.
Yeah, it's okay. Does that
Something.
in, Nova goes up. Ooh, doesn't quite connect, but does focus on the Liberators at least.
Yes, he does, but this is really a difficult position to fight here, as we have both ramps and the low ground, so yeah, quite a tight spot to get into with your army, but yeah, it looks like Gerald is not looking too bad.
Yeah, he's able to hold his own. More Liberators have arrived. We can see 6 Liberators being made at a time. That's a lot of lives. That's a lot of freedom on the way here for Spirit. And that's going to be ideal against a very ground-heavy composition. Typically, Liberators, they force out Sky Toss. But as we've been mentioning, Gerald has been avoiding Sky Toss the entire time.
Yeah, he's not doing any Sky units this game. He's literally going for more Disruptors. Just Stalkers and Disruptors. Not even Colossus now. We're not getting more Colossus.
Nah, not anymore. Not anymore here as Spirit, he is pushing in. Storms once again. Juicy connections here in Spirit. He doesn't avoid the Storms.
He does avoid the Novas though, but the Storms connect really nicely. At the same time, though, a lot of units stand in the Liberation zones, and 5 of them fall, including that Colossus, including those Archons, and it's just the Stalkers against the Terran army.
Yeah, with the Zealot reinforcements, we do collapse in. Liberators go down, and Spirit is being forced all the way back.
That he is. I mean, the Liberators do survive for the most part, but yeah, the ground army is very much destroyed.
Yeah, exactly. Spirit going to be forced back. He's still building up more Liberators, and again, Liberators are ideal in this position, but only if they have support, and so far that was a better fight for Gerald. Rebuilds with 1 more Disruptor, with 1 more Colossus as well. Gerald, he could try to actually break this. He's maxed out.
Yeah, that he is. I mean, again, I don't know. I personally don't like this position between the 2 ramps, but it looks like that's what the players decided for. At the same time, we have the Zealots going once again for that base and on the right side, and Spirit is forced to lift it up.
Yeah, Spirit, he barely had any workers to begin with, so more SCV is going to be going down. The Nova!
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, good.
A few units did get caught, but some of them are mostly damaged.
Yeah, good connections there from Geralt. Likewise, going to be able to peel away. Probes are going down to these Liberators, but Liberators are falling as well. They are going to be dealt with. Meanwhile, here comes the freedom. Here come the Liberation zones.
That's a lot of freedom.
It is. I mean, there's a reason why.
Even more freedom coming.
There's a reason why you usually start Tempest production when you see this many libs. Meanwhile, Stalkers are coming in from behind. They're trying to sneak up on those libs. Up.
Yeah, they just blink straight in, but they only take 1 of the Liberators, and the Novas don't really connect with much.
Yeah, some over control there from Geralt. Does miss with the Novas. Alas, the base does go down. 11 probe kills, but at the same time, Zealot Ramai does not get another expansion here. Back at home, he does defend. Meanwhile, the army is getting caught out. Oh.
It's getting caught out, but it did take that Nexus, and Spirit is holding the position. Geralt is trying to maybe go around, maybe avoid those Liberators entirely, and it looks like he may be able to do so.
Lives, they get caught on siege. Massive because he gets 1, he gets 2 Liberators here in total. But the Disruptors, they do go down.
Yeah, I mean, Geralt's army is getting small quite quickly, so he has to be very careful about how he approaches this. At the same time, he has that force of DTs across the map, trying to get some damage done, but Spirit loads up his army and goes for a Doom Drop in the main base.
Yeah, tries to go for the Doom Drop. We'll set up here at the 4th location. Alas, we'll be able to siege up just in time and should unload. We do see Geralt trying to engage, but he can't push into this. Oof.
Yeah, he's losing so many units. Only the Colossus stands, and I mean, the Colossus alone will not be able to defend defeat this army, so... Yeah, is that the entire army of Geralt?
That was most of the Stalkers going down. He was actually split up here in towards the main, who was getting ready for the Doom Drop, so he was caught out of position. Does dive in, takes down the libs across the map. He's taking down bases. The DTs, they're popping off. He's going for another expansion.
Yeah, Spirit is busy with attacking. He actually moved the entire army for the offense, and he doesn't have much for defense, so looks like both players will be suffering losses, but Spirit gets cleaned up.
Yeah, these DTs, they shut down not just 1, they shut down 2 bases. Likewise, Geralt expanding on the right-hand side. Now Spirit, he has no economy. There's no mining here at the natural in the main base. The 3rd base as well, he's fully mined out. He has no income.
Yeah, there are still more DTs at the bases. More SCVs are falling. 22 SCVs are going down, and yeah, only now the units arrive to deal with this.
Yeah, exactly, Spirit. He needs bases. He needs an economy. Okay, he's got half a base towards the left-hand side, getting a fresh mining base here towards the right, knocking down another expansion, and Geralt, he has to respond to this.
Yeah, that he has, and I mean, it will be difficult to respond to this as we have once again a lot of Liberation zones set up here. The Disruptor is going forward.
Never goes off. Big connection.
Nice.
Very nicely done. Main army does rotate. Likewise, DTs, they hit another mineral line. There's nothing at home to defend.
Yeah, it looks like this time Spirit is spread a bit too thin. He doesn't have enough units to fight on all fronts, but ooh, this was a nice engagement there.
Yeah, Spirit, he does catch out the army. One High Templar goes down. He wants the Disruptor. He gets High Disruptor as well. Massive pickoffs, as you mentioned. Very expensive losses here for Gerald, but at the same time, SCVs are going down.
Yeah, I mean, again, Spirit's army is much smaller now, and it's not quite able to split between different locations. And meanwhile, from Gerald, we still have the DTs. We have some other gateway units harassing the bases of the Terran. But it looks like Gerald may be losing another Nexus.
Yeah, that's a fresh mining base as well. Gerald, he's also struggling economically here. This is really all he has. He's got a half a base here towards the left. He's got half a base here on the right. So one base economy for Gerald against one base economy of Spirit.
Yeah, and I mean, I wonder who's gonna come victorious out of this. Oh, but another Nova goes into the army, but it's sniped before it's able to connect. At the same time, though, the Storm went exactly in the same location, so the Bio army in the end does get quite harmed.
Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there from Gerald there by rallying in that High Templar. High Templar goes down, Disruptor goes down, expensive losses, another base is going to be falling. A mining base as well, bear that in mind. At the same time, looks like an orbital's going to fall, does not lift in time, well, does lift! Ooh, good.
I mean, it does lift, but it's still burning.
Yeah, we'll be able to repair. We do have the mules here to top it up, and it should be able to survive. Meanwhile, across the map, bases are still falling, and this main army, it's going to be struggling to deal with. He does get the live, though. Oh, gets two.
Yeah, he does get the lead, but it's just a gateway army, just a few Stalkers, few Zealots versus this Bio army with the Liberators. That one High Templar is trying to find a location, trying to find a nice storm spot there. Ooh, looks like another one connects.
Yeah, flanking storm coming in. Liberators to do siege up, but last Stalkers they do get by. Liberators going to be going down. We do have a mass rally across the map. Massive Marine on the way. Spirit, he's going for the mining bases.
Yeah, Gerald is once again forced to recall to defend his bases. Once again, beautiful storms blanketing the army, but the High Templars are spent.
Yeah, High Templar, they are spent. Nova goes up, does not quite connect. There's a scan for the DTs. Cheeky moves out of Gerald, but last the main army still does head towards a fresh mining base. Another DT does wander in though.
Yeah, the DT will definitely help, and it does snipe a ghost. It focuses on the ghost specifically.
And it looks like that might just be it. He shuts down the army. Massive storm cleans up the medevac. And Spirit, he's down to 35 supply. Barely anything left.
So I think that Storm killed the DT as well.
And Maestro going off. Well, last DT does keep pushing. The base is still mining. But last, this is all the armies that's left. Gets the Archon. Oh, good.
Yeah, this is a very scrappy fight. The last units from both players. Ooh, another Nova going forward, but doesn't quite connect with the Marines. But yeah, I mean, look, those fights are really close. Spirit is trying his best to get his army going, but he doesn't have any income at this point.
Well, he has no gas. He has barely any gas mining, so only Marine. He can only afford Marines. There's no Marauders, there's no Ghosts, no nothing. He has to saturate. There we go. Does notice he does finally pull into gas, but without that gas mining, he is struggling here, and Gerald, he can push in towards the production.
Yeah, that he does. There's only this group of Marines standing against the Protoss, and I mean, Gerald now has a pretty good army against this. He has I think he still has a Storm. He has a Nova there. He's also mining on his side of the map. So yeah, this is very rough for Spirit.
Yeah, there is one Storm available. That is true. The army does try to pivot away. Spirit going for a drop across the map. We've seen this before in the series against Cristiano, where Spirit, he can be behind 30, 40, 50 supply, but he can pop up a drop play. Alas, it looks like he does spot the medevac.
Yeah, Gerald was hunting for that medevac, and he will find it with these Stalkers, but he doesn't quite kill it off in time, so it will be able to unload in the top base.
Yeah, and this is just buying time. The medevac is going to go down, but now ghost production has begun. Gas mining is now back up and running here for Spirit, and with that, he can now actually refine his army and actually make ghosts.
Yeah, I guess he survives for now.
Ooh, no, GG gets called. He taps out as he is running out of steam. And Gerald, he will tie things up 1-1.
Was that same orbital from before that just was slowly burning this entire time?
Yeah, he never had enough money to stop it from burning. Like sorry, I should say, he never had enough money to repair it enough where it would stop burning. So just burning the entire time.
Yeah. A slow death of the base. as all the CCs were burning down.
And GG, well played, Gerald. Very nice play, very scrappy play, as we mentioned. He was just stuck with a very cheap army, so because of that, even though he would win fights, like it would never be like a dominant win or a win that where he could like snowball from there. It was always costing him a lot every single time as well because of the inefficiency of his army. So it was just very scrappy, very back and forth. What was important though, what was really winning Gerald those games, or that game even, was the economic harassing damage, the DT run bys, the Zealot run bys, just making sure that Spirit did not have a comfortable economy back at home.
Yeah, because if you remember, like on the very beginning of the game, like it was more of a Spirits thing, where like he was the one harassing, he was the one, you know, sending here the Raven, here the Mine, here something. But later on, it was Gerald who took that role, who really made sure that Spirit had to split his army, that he had to stay on his toes to not lose workers, not lose bases.
Yeah, that's typically where Spirit can sometimes struggle, is that he's a very aggressive player, but I mean, that also means that there's less at home to defend, right? And if the opponent is keeping up with that aggression and is also going for these non-stop run-bys and counterattacks and, you know, War Prism drops, for example, then Spirit can struggle to do both at once, and yeah, in the end, he was pulled apart.
With that, we have closed game number 2, but we have now loaded into game number 3 of this best of 5 as Reminder series. And we are on Neon Violet Square, where in the bottom right corner we have our Terran player. It is Spirit.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
By the way, in case you're wondering, they did show Gerard's camera right after that victory, and his heart rate was around 150. Above 150 actually.
So as much as Spirit when he's angry.
Yes. As we have established.
Let's
For those who
go.
don't know, that was the joke on the previous event, because you know whenever they show the screen with all the heart rates that they are currently monitoring, Spirits would always go somewhere high, and the casters were joking that's because he's talking about Protoss.
I like the idea, and again, they should have asked him something like this for the interview, where they should have asked him specifically about, like, you know, what's happening with his heart rate. Like, he's always so like composed and so emotionless, but like under the skin, underneath, like what's happening inside you? What's
He's just quietly angry.
Oh no.
It's actually the reason why he's so calm is because he's just sitting inside.
Exactly. Really, it's just like, you know, an external facade, and really, like, all the emotion is deep inside. It's raging. Oh no. Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, apparently that's the lore, so there you go.
There you go. For now, though, welcome one and all to Neon Violet Square. I'm a little bit surprised, but it is a longer series, so this map did not get vetoed. This is the most vetoed map in the map pool. The reason for this is because of how large the map is. Very large map, a long rush distance by ground, a lot of bases, very defendable 5-base setup as well. So if we were to go into a longer game state like the one that we just saw, this would be a good map for it.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, both of our players, I guess Spirit's more so, but both our players do like their long games every now and then. So we had some harassment there from Gerald, with that throw being quite cheeky, poking at the LCVs. Meanwhile, yeah, the Reaper just, you know, scouting the natural base, just waiting for whatever is coming next.
Yeah, we have our take of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Gerald. Spirit has yet to dive in and is going to be sent away. Ooh, some rough force fields though, as Gerald does miss the Reaper.
Yeah, he was trying to stop it right there, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, he was trying to trap
That
it.
also means that that also means that the sentry is out of energy, though. Oh, he did get a hallucination. Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Hallucination does move out. With this, Gerald, he will get eyes on the 1-1-1. As we have seen so far in this series, Spirit has been very active and very aggressive with his initial drop play. He's massing up Marines, Widowmines, Medevac as well. So once again, we could see that mass Marine Widowmine drop from Spirit.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that is his go-to in this matchup. Definitely something that he's fond of at the moment. And I mean, also this time Gerald will be aware of that coming. I mean, he had that scouting phoenix right there, and yeah, it looks like we have the drop coming. And of course, the Helion is already across the map as well, so Gerald was able to see that too.
Yeah, so Spirit, he is moving out with his drop play. Gerald, it's all going to be on him to try to get ready here as a result. What do we have? We have 2 Stalkers and a Sentry in the main base. We have 1 Stalker here at the natural. There's a shield battery as well. So Gerald, he should be able to maintain the natural. But what about the main?
I mean, the Stalkers are in position, but they're not able to intercept the Medivac. Oh, actually, they chase it off enough, though.
Yeah, they get a couple of shots off. Spirit, he backs off. He does retreat. And with that, Geralt, he has held. Looks like the Hellion did fall, attempting to bust into the main. And the Reaper will maybe get a bit of scanning information, but not much.
Yeah, looks like the Reaper will mostly confirm that the half base, the pocket base, is not taken. Ooh, but the Medivac is coming in once again. The Stalkers are in position in the natural as well. At the very least, Spirit will take a look at the third base.
Yeah, he gets eyes on the third. The Widowmine is forced on Burrow and will barely survive. 1 shot away from going down. The Medivac! Widowmine goes down. Medivac barely does live. Oh, he wants it!
Oh, that Stalker! That one Stalker went for the snipe and he did get the Medivac.
Did get it in the end. At the same time, liberating to the main. The Stalkers, they're busy. The otherwise distracted. 1 Stalker goes down. This is going to be cleaned up, but that's going to be 4 probe kills.
So in the end, Spirit does get something for his adventures. Oh, and actually he's repositioning. The probes have to be migrated once again. And Geralt has to stay on top of things.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good defense initially here by Geralt, but he still will lose 4 probes in the end. Behind this, at least is going for a fast third nexus, so he can rebuild, he can replenish his economy. Meanwhile, back at him, Spirit also going for a fast third CC. Again, the game here on Nearby the Square is usually greed. It's usually just taking a faster third bases, faster fourth bases, expanding, taking up, and getting into the later game.
Yeah, that's definitely something Spirit is comfortable in. Like, to me, Spirit is the person who just makes base and makes base and makes more base and then puts 3 more CCs and turrets and then he's set.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
Oh yeah, yeah. He like mentally destroyed Raynor doing that, like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He literally destroyed Raynor. Like
destroyed their laser
like,
as well, actually.
True.
Yeah.
But Raynor, like most recently, Raynor went across the map. He saw Spirit setup. It was like tower defense.
Yep. It's Spirit. He has it in him to do that. I mean, mainly against Zerg players. That's
Yes.
where Spirit is at his best when it comes to the mental attacks on his opponents. When it comes to here to TvP, a little bit less so here. So we'll see if Geralt can try to keep up and break him. I mean, we already have a back and forth series already. We'll see if we can take a lead as Spirit is now looking to expand and take a third base. Meanwhile, these Stalkers, they do find the tanks.
Yeah, very interesting moment there as the Stalker is moving right as Spirit is moving out. Geralt was able to catch it with that observer hanging around, but it doesn't look like the Stalkers were in time to catch the tanks on siege.
Yeah, they do get a couple Marines, so very nice pickups here by Geralt. Likewise, going for the low ground. There's no high ground vision. Oh!
Now there is.
Forced to lift. Does lift up the CC.
Forced to lift that Orbiter once again.
And with that, we do see the mules coming in. Alas, the SCVs once again under fire. The mule goes down.
The SCV is actually giving vision to the tanks, so now that should be the end of that part of the harassment. But still, very nice damage there done by Geralt, sniping a few SCVs. And now the Pachinko Terran is going across the map.
Yeah, he does move out. Geralt's in the middle taking a 4th base. Close production has begun for Geralt. And thankfully, he does have a spotter unit here. He does spot the main army. It's going to be on Geralt to rotate, to respond, and to hold on to that 4th. Oh.
Yeah, with that Colossus, that should be quite a help with this defense, because this is, again, a bio army against this Protoss.
Yeah, as the mine shot doesn't quite go up, we can see Geralt trying to chase that down. Spirit Nice kiting at the same time will be harassing elsewhere across the map. 3 probes going to be going down here at the natural.
Yeah, once again the Liberator does siege, so Geralt has to make sure that his bases are safe. But oh, the Liberator does go down. It is being sniped entirely. At the same time, the units are picked up and dropped in the main base.
Yeah, we have multi-pronged aggression here. We have a double drop into the main. We have another double drop towards the 3rd base as well. We'll see if Geralt can keep up as the pylon is going to survive. It does warp in time.
Yeah, I mean, it warps in time, but it doesn't warp in enough, and looks like that drop will still do damage. More army has to be moved there, and army has to be split to the third base as well.
Ooh, and that's 5 probes going down. The pylon, the zealot, the gateway as well. Very nice damage here by Spirit. He won't deal critical damage, but damage nonetheless as he is forced to pick up and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, he pays for it with one cargo of the medivac. One medivac is returning empty, but still that was nice bit of damage there, and also a distraction to Gerald.
As Gerald with the intercept, he will pick up the medevac. Just barely both medevacs go down. Very nicely done.
Yeah, but at the same time as he picks up that medevac, he once again loses more probes. There was another bit of harassment there from Spirit, so I mean, both players are suffering losses here and there.
They are taking losses. With the loss of that medevac, though, Gerald has gained map control. He's moving out across the map. Now, there is a very nice setup, though. We have tanks. We have another CC on the way. We have some rough sim cities to try to break through. So, Gerald trying to break this base is not really going to happen anytime soon, but he does at least contain a Spirit. Oh.
Yeah, he contains him for the time being, though, as it looks like Spirit wants to once again expand with the CC. It decides to go for... Oh, okay, he's just going around. Okay.
Yeah, he's going for the gold base. He's at least trying to go for the gold. Very greedy here from Spirit. And Gerald, he should not allow this to happen.
Oh, is he gonna snipe the CC? Not quite, but he's trying to.
Yeah, he at least is in position and at least is aware that Spirit is trying to expand. From here, Spirit, he could try to float over and take a different expansion, or he could be stubborn and go for it. He's going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it. He's taking his army with him as well, so it will be that much harder for Gerald to approach this. Even scanning forward, so he knows that the Protoss is nowhere near the base, and looks like he will be able to take it. Instead, Gerald, instead of denying the base, just decides to take a gold of his own.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, Gerald, he has map control. So with map control, you can just mass expand, take all these bases. Storm is on the way. 5 High Templar warping in. Second Forge for double upgrades. So Gerald, he's taking up and getting further ahead, or at least trying to, as he's double expanding even, doing everything he can to take advantage of the more defensive position here of Spirit.
I mean, I was gonna say you kind of have to like outgrid him if you cannot like stop him from doing that, but at the same time, like, can you outgrid Spirit?
You can try, and the biggest problem here is that Spirit is maxed. He's maxed out, so here comes the main army pushing right down mid. He does have a drop towards left hand side as well, going for the mineral lines. We'll see if Gerald can keep up as he is close to maxing out himself.
Yeah, but the Stalkers are a bit in danger. The EMP doesn't quite connect with them, but they have to go through the Pachinko first.
Yeah, Stalkers are getting caught out. Would you have a flanking storm though?
Ooh, very nice connections there from those storms. Unfortunately, they don't kill the army though, they only damage it, so it should be able to heal mostly in time for battle.
Yeah, a lot of Marines that get caught out there by those storms. We can see Gerald, he is aware of the drop. The pylon did confirm. He does respond with some Stalkers. Now he can focus on the main push on the main army. Again, he has a lot of High Templar and the tanks are on siege.
The tanks are at siege, but the Protoss army is not quite able to approach. A nice storm connects as well, but not quite enough. One of the Colossus is already pretty low.
Yeah, the Colossus does get very low. Meanwhile, we do have the drop into the natural. Probes are being intentionally targeted down. 9 probes do fall. Very nice target firing here at a Spirit. And the main army is pushing in. He wants a Colossus.
Ooh, he's going for the Colossus and he will be able to get it, but he's also losing the Vikings at the same time. But the ground army though, the ground army still stands strong.
Exactly, as Gerald, he breaks on through. 11 probes are going to be going down. That one drop is doing so much here in the main base, but we just see the Spirit is forced all the way back.
Yeah, 2 Colossus still stand out of the 4 and they are pushing the Terran back. The drops are eventually pushed away as well, and the gold base is not harassed, not hurt.
Punished?
Ah, the words.
Yeah.
The words are escaping.
Ah.
I started the sentence, there was no ending.
Ah, no. You pulled the Yaku.
No.
It's when you start talking and then you don't know what you're going to say, so you just...
Yeah, you don't know. It's like, I know what the intention of the sentence is, but I did not plan this through.
Just stuck in limbo. Ah, no. Ah, no. But here we go. He does force us all the way back. Vikings have been rebuilt. Ghosts have arrived. We do have a zoning Nova going to be going off just to try to buy some time, but the Colossus are going to be going down.
The Colossus are going down. The Nova tries to connect, but doesn't quite catch a lot of the units. There are also so many ghosts in this army already, but they are all on the forward positions, so they are very vulnerable if any of the Novas actually catch them.
Yeah, they are going to be vulnerable here at the same time. Gerald, he does rotate, does respond. He still has 3 disruptors to the main army. Disruptor count is still very low. It's very gateway heavy instead. The armies are maxed out. And we're still waiting for that big engagement, that big Nova or Storm to pop up for Gerald.
Oh, the pachinko strikes again as the Stokers get a bit stuck in there.
They do get a little bit trapped. It's a bit of an awkward engage here from Gerald. Nova is going to be going up, but does not connect.
Yeah, it doesn't connect. First of the disruptors, I think, was sniped before the Nova went off, and the second does not connect with the army, so not great engagements there for Gerald, unfortunately, but he's still keeping Spirit at bay here.
Yeah, he's keeping up with the movement. At the same time, Spirit going for the double drop. Does find a fresh mining base. Is going to knock it down. And Gerald, he at least has some Zealots in position to help defend, but the base is going to be going down. It takes a lot of hits.
Yeah, the Zealots will not be able to save it in time, and I mean, they hurt some of the army, but the Spirit just packs up and he will go straight into the main base. Or maybe not main base.
Yeah, does head towards the main.
He goes
does
for the
pivot.
gold instead.
Yeah, pivots over towards the gold. Now there is a Storm to defend. Nice Storms, nice feedbacks as well. And the Medivacs, they should barely go down. One does escape full of units. Oh.
Yeah, the Zealots are not quite able to jump and hit the Medivacs, so the Medivacs do escape. The Stokers have to fight in the main base, and some of them will get damaged doing so, but the drop is eventually cleaned up.
Yeah, main army pushes in. Very nice catch. Disruptor goes down. 2 disruptors going to be going down. The Nova does not connect. Colossus count gets reset. And Gerald, he plummets in supply. Massive Storm does connect here towards the end. But Gerald, he needs more time.
Yeah, the Storm was really beautiful there in the choke point, but there are not many units left for the Protoss, and he is forced to reinforce, to regroup. He's trying to make a position in the third base.
Yeah, he's trying to hold on. He has rebuilt here with Mass Stalker. A couple of Colossus have trickled in. Nice Storm towards the end, but the bases are going down. Gerald, he has to rebuild. He has to reestablish himself. He has 91 probes, but he's not mining.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate there for Gerald. Ooh, and even a nuke is now being set on the gold base. I mean, at least Gerald sees it this time, so the probes are immediately evacuated, but he doesn't quite deal with the ghost itself.
Okay. Nuke goes up. Alas, no major damage here as he does pull away with that probe, thankfully. We can see Spirit still being active. Both armies are maxed out. At least Gerald does have a bank to work with, but again, once again, Gerald, he's refusing to take up. Oh, massive EMP!
Yeah, massive EMP connects there, but the Terran army is not far behind, trying to catch the Protoss in the middle of the map, but he's not quite able to do so.
Yeah, still sharking around. What's also important is that unlike the previous game, we have been left alone. Spirit, his bases have been left untouched for the most part, is now taking another mining base on the right-hand side, and has been left alone for the most part.
Yeah, it's mostly been Gerald, you know, defending from those drops from the Liberators. I mean, we didn't have as many Liberators this game. We did have a few on the very beginning. So yeah, it was mostly on his side of the map, but now he's engaging with the army. Beautiful Storms on the bio once again, but the Vikings are focusing the Colossus.
The Storms, they were on the Vikings actually. The Vikings, they all go down. The Colossus survive, and with that Spirit, he takes the fight. He snowballs out of control. He can chase us down. He can just keep pushing. Keep going, Pappy. Keep going. Send it.
Yeah, he has to, he's not convinced that he actually has the force to do so. He goes for defense instead, but yeah, he's not aware that Spirit doesn't have that much at home.
Ooh, both Medivacs do go down. Very nice cleanup here by Gerald. And again, back at home, there's barely a standing army. There are some planetaries, but Spirit, he's down a 40 supply.
There's actually one planetary. The rest is all orbiters.
Yeah, just one planetary here. Gerald, he can break through this, but again, as you mentioned, not too confident about his army. He's going to posture, he's going to rotate, and he's giving Spirit time to rebuild.
I mean, you don't want to just, you know, roll your army into the opponent's base and then find out that there's actually reinforcements there and you suddenly lose the game. But yeah, I mean, again, that's the thing about StarCraft, that you don't exactly know what's going on at every point of game. So yeah, Gerald decides to be careful instead, and unfortunately also gives Spirit some time.
Nice DT counterattack though. I was going to say that the tanks do siege up, and that does scare Gerald off. So again, despite having a large enough army to break this position, doesn't feel too confident. DT counterattack does take down one of the planetaries though, and with that, Gerald, he can push in once again. He's knocking down those rocks.
Yeah, the army is distracted with the DTs, and Gerald moves in, but decides to once again be careful once he sees the tank. And yeah, he doesn't want to get caught between the armies.
He doesn't want to miss on massive EMPs. The Novas though, Novas, they finally do connect. Massive connections here on the bio. Now the Colossus is going to be coming in, and with that Colossus, there's only one Viking.
Yeah, there's only one Viking, and it's not able to actually attack the Colossus. The first Colossus gets saved, the second is still full on health, and the Protoss army is just going forward. Spirit does not have much standing army left.
He doesn't have much left over. DTs are not barely enough here to keep breaking through. He does back up. DT's going to be harassing you towards the goal base and still no mining.
At the same time, though, there's also some harassment on Gerald's side of the map, but Gerald is committed. He's going forward. He's catching the reinforcements from Spirit, and yeah, this is looking great for Gerald.
Yeah, some wasted DPS with the Colossus as they're attacking the orbitals instead of the main army, so not the best fight here out of Gerald. Spirit he steps in, takes down one Colossus, very nice pickup, and the supplies are very close here as Gerald cannot spend his money. Gerald, he has a bank, but alas, he's still struggling to rebuild and struggling to remax.
Yeah, but at the same time, he cannot let go of this aggression. He keeps going forward, but the reinforcements for Spirit are coming, and it looks like he no longer has the force to keep pushing.
Yeah, as it looks like Spirit he breaks out, he will catch the Colossus. Colossus goes down. As we mentioned, Gerald, he has been skipping warpins. He has been missing warpins here, so his macro has slipped. He has money, but he has to spend it, as it looks like Spirit he breaks out. He takes the fight.
Yeah, he has enough of an army to make a stand, but at the same time, there's so many DTs going on the other side of the map.
Yeah, he's going for the tank. The tank goes down. Can he get the planetary? Does he have enough? Up!
Yeah,
he does.
I think so. Yeah, that's a lot of DTs.
The power of 11
I'm sure
DTs.
I'm sure Fear Dragon could tell us exactly how many DTs it is. I'm pretty sure he did it in a previous video.
He hasn't casted StarCraft in years, but that's a fact that he knows. It's ingrained into his memory. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he still plays sometimes, so he probably does that.
For sure. As Gerald, he is going to be double expanding. We do see Spirit breaking out. Spirit still has a comparable army, if not a larger army than Gerald. He still has a chance. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the reinforcement from Gerald, although we have a lot of Zealots coming in from the top side, and they will be catching this army, but this is just Gateway army. There are no Colossus here, no Disruptors, just the Gateway.
Yeah, without any splash damage, we do see the Spirit, he breaks through. He breaks through, he's going for the expansion as well, going for the planetary. Gerald, he has to be very careful with this army, as again, Gerald, he needs some time, and there we go, the Colossus has finally arrived.
Colossus is arrived, but it's only one of them, and I mean, this is still a massive army, so Spirit could try to focus it down, but I don't think it's enough now.
He picks up, he loses 1, 2, 3, 4 medevacs go down. Massive pickups with that Spirit desperate, so desperate, going for the main. DTs are in position. Do we have a scan? We do not.
Yeah, so some of the forces will be going down to the
muled.
DTs as well, but yeah,
Yeah, that's why there was no scan. He just muled here at the expansion. There was no scan. We do see Spirit dropping over towards that fresh mine base, but GG, the 1G. Check his heart rate.
Looking 145 so far.
No.
G.
1G, Pappy, 1G, as Gerald does take a lead in the series. Whew.
It was a game.
I tabbed over just to see his heart rate. Let's go. With that, GG,
yeah,
Gerald.
Looks pretty happy with himself though.
Yeah, he played well. 100%. GG, well played. Gerald, he does take a lead in the series, and it looks like the players are asking for a moment. They're asking for a break. It makes sense. I mean, it is a long series. It is a best of 5, so more than happy to give them a moment here to recover, to recuperate before continuing with the series.
Yeah, I mean, they need a moment to lower the heart rate.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they do. Let's go. G stands for Gerald. I like it. But yeah, the players are asking for a moment here, and again, as a reminder, Spirit, he is favored. He is favored to win the entire tournament. He is the best player in Poland, but that's what this event is about. You know, after 6 months, after a season, it's time to, once again, you know, just recheck and confirm who is the best player in the region in Poland.
Yeah, and I mean, even if, like, the thing about the best player is, like, it's the best player on this specific event. Like, you have to come, you know, in shape. You have to make sure you're well rested, that you're well prepared, and you have to perform on the day. So it's also a very different kind of environment than, you know, playing tournaments throughout the year.
Exactly, exactly. That's why, it is kind of like, I mean, in a way, a bit of a seasonal thing here with the House Galactic Battle to kind of check the temperature here as to the state of play between our players. And yeah, I mean, Spirit, he was looking very dominant in the group stage. I mean, hey, it was round robin. They played against everyone, and Spirit did come out on top in first place. Geralt in fourth place, but clearly, Geralt, he's showing us that, mate, all he needed was a couple of drinks, Pappy, okay? He was too sober at the start of the broadcast. He was too sober in the group stage, but after having some mojitos, after having some of his own branded drinks, he's ready. He's good to go.
Yeah, clearly that was what he needed. That definitely helped him.
100%.
We cannot confirm or deny that actually happened.
For those that are curious what we're referring to, Kuro did post in our Discord that at the event, because the event is happening at a gaming bar, for this event they have branded drinks and named them after the players.
Yeah, so each of the players has their own type of drink. I don't know if they had anything to do with the creation of said drinks, but at the very least they are named in their honor. So you can order a drink named by a player. There's also another drink for indie, which is called indie with pineapple.
I like the indie drink. I like the indie. I don't know why they had to specify with pineapple. I'd like to believe that he's already with pineapple, like as he is, but it's nice.
I think it's more memeing about the Hawaiian pizza.
It's good. It's good.
So it's indie with pineapple.
Yeah. It's Bacardi. It's with pineapple juice, sugar syrup, lime juice as well. Some vodka, of course. It looks good. I'm just very upset. I posted this in the chat earlier. I'm very upset that Pappy's drink is not tequila. Or tequila related. Like what's happening? What's going on? He's Pappy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why is he vodka? That doesn't make any sense. I feel
they just didn't have any tequila.
They sure.
Have tequila.
They have to have tequila, mate. It's a gaming bar. Aye. SMH.
Oh, they have a poster. They're showing off a poster with all the signatures.
Let's go. Also, as we're settling in, a big shout to Wooman12 in the chat. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Welcome, one and all, to the playoffs of the House Galactic Battle Champions. Welcome to the semifinals. We're nearing, in a way, kind of the end of the broadcast, or at least halfway through. We still have plenty more matches ahead of us, but we have reached the top 4 of the event. As it looks like the break has concluded and we are jumping into our next game. And mate, Gerald, he's on match point. Oh mate, we may have lost Kuro. Oh, never mind.
my voice just died. I've seen the chat.
No. But Gerald, he's on match point. One more game and Gerald, he may knock out the favored player in the tournament. Oh boy, so one more game is all he needs. Meanwhile, we just need a moment here to get things all sorted and set up. I actually wanted to see like who had the most expensive drink. I think is Indy's drink the most expensive one? No, Spirit. Oh, Spirit's drink.
20, yeah, it is
25. I saw these. I don't know what his drink is. Is that sake? Is that what that is?
No, okay, so Spirit's drink is something that I assume is related to the sponsor, which is called Yumisu. And the way the word sounds, just the way it sounds, so I cannot tell, but the way it sounds like gummy bears. So maybe it's something related to gummy bears, maybe? But when I asked Kashim if he knows what it is, he also doesn't know.
Tell him to order it. Tell him to order it, so then he finds out.
He's at work.
Yeah, I mean, Indy's at work. He's drinking.
No, you don't understand. Indy is being served drinks. That's very different.
So what you're saying is that we have to message Danskik, and then he has to serve Kashim Yumisi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go. We'll make it happen. Let's go. Also, I like how Gerald's drink is not Jack and Coke, it's Jack and Pepsi. Like, that's blasphemous. That's
Also, that's what the problem was. I didn't understand why Yaku was so outraged about
Yeah,
this.
it's Jack and Coke. That's what it is. It's Jack and Coke, but he's got
Okay.
Jack and Pepsi specifically.
Look,
I don't know why they had to specify that. I don't.
what they had, okay?
I mean, I feel like even if they say that, like I like, even if they don't have Coke, you say that anyway. Like I don't know. It's just it's kind of weird. Oh no. Feels Jack and Pepsi, man. Esther Gerald.
Look, as somebody who doesn't drink, that does not bother me at all. I have that privilege that I have no idea what anyone is talking about.
God damn it. Go for it.
But we are back. Our players are ready. Their heart rate is at 120 both. And we are now on Amygdala. In the bottom left corner of the map, we have our blue Terran player. From Poland, of course, as this is a Polish LAN. It is Spirit.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 2-1. Onomas, one more game is all he needs to advance on to the finals. It is Gerald. My brain almost said Spirit.
Scared? Who's scared?
It is Gerald. And yeah, it's again quite shocking to see. One more game is all he needs. Again, he had a bit of a rougher start in the group stage, but we're telling you, he just needed some Jack and Pepsi, and he's good to go.
I mean, even in game one, it was quite unfortunate for him. Like, you know, like he was under a lot of pressure from the very start from Spirit, but he was able to bounce back from that. And look at that, already taking 2 games.
Do you think he ordered a Jack and Pepsi, but told them to hold the Jack? So he's just drinking Pepsi.
I would do that.
Ah, no. Ah, no.
See, guys, what you're not seeing is the key part of this line. As Light says the line, and then he just smiles. Just doesn't say anything. He just smiles. It's like he's just so proud of the line. It's like, yeah,
Exactly.
that's what
exactly.
he did, didn't he?
He did. He did. Also, Spirit's drink needs to. I mean, we don't really know what it is, but it's got to have spirits involved, right? That would just make sense.
It would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah.
But do you think it's actually like gummy bears, just like, you know, with alcohol, and so they just like dissolve in the alcohol?
And that's the thing. You can have gummy bears in like alcoholic drinks, like cocktails and stuff.
Yeah.
People do it.
I mean, again, that's what it sounds like, but I mean, I'm guessing it purely based off what the name sounds like. So, you know.
There you go. I wanted Art's drink to be like very festive. Like you order it, it's got like the umbrella, it's got like a giant like piece of like fruit sticking out of it and stuff.
I think that's Indies. I think Indie is an umbrella.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, is that what he was drinking before? Because when he got his drink, it had an umbrella.
Like that's what I assume it was. I assume he got his own drink, but I don't know.
Okay. I should have gotten Zed a drink.
I mean, Zed doesn't have a drink.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They should have gotten him a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have. Actually, they should have. Because it's not like they didn't know that Zed is gonna be there. Zed is there for every house.
Yeah, get him a drink.
He may be retired for years now, but he's there for every house.
Damn. But now that we're settling in, we do have our initial take of choice. It's going to be a Blink-based opener. Hellion Reaper does go for the dive, but the force field is in place, and Geralt will hold on to the main. What about the natural, though? Up.
Yeah, perfect hold there for the main round, but the probes are still in danger, and I think one of them went down, but not more than that.
Yeah, nice events here from Geralt. Behind this, going for hallucination across the map. Extra gateways on the way. Just 2-gate blink for the time being. Sorry, 3-gate blink. So a bit of a safer start here for the Protoss.
Yeah, and we'll see how Spirit responds to that. For now, it looks like once again he goes for harassment, but not as dedicated as previously, I feel like.
Yeah, previously he was going for Marine. Widowmine drops, now just only Widowmine. So just for scouting information more than anything, isn't going to commit. Reaper is going to be called out. Gaudi takes a third base, and it's going to be on Spirit to confirm what exactly is going on.
But the army did move out for Gerald, but it's back just in time for the Widow Mines. Okay, he doesn't get the probes. He does get the sentry, but only damages, doesn't kill it. And yeah, indeed, I mean, some damage was done, so there's something.
And that was very nice damage. 4 probes going down and lost mine time for only 1 Widowmine. He saved the other, so very nicely done here by Spirit. Behind this, getting into his own 3-1-1 setup. No faster 3rd CC this time, but overall we're loading into one of the larger maps in the map pool, so we can settle into a longer game state. Once again, we could get there.
And you say we load into the map, so we could go for a longer game. Like that's every game with Spirit.
True. I mean, we've also been having all the
just goes into the longer game.
Oh no.
Oh.
As once again, that is 8 probes for 2 Widowmines. Very nice damage. And Gerald, he's slipping up here when it comes to his reactions.
Yeah, he did miss that mine. He didn't quite pull the workers in time, and now it's time for the Raven as well, but it looks like it will be caught by the Stalkers.
Yeah, this time much better here. 3 volleys go off, Raven goes down, and Gerald, he does make up for his losses here. I mean, still rough losses for Gerald, but thankfully at least snipes the Raven.
Yeah, so because, I mean, if you remember in the previous games, the Raven was there for a long time, and it was getting a lot of workers with the turrets, so to get rid of the Raven must be a huge relief for Gerald.
And now we can just focus on his setup here. Colossus are on the way, Charge on the way as well. Spirit, he is expanding. 3rd CC is in production as we speak, so no crazy 2-base all in. And Gerald, he does confirm the expansion here with the hallucination.
Also Observer.
Yeah, the Observer
Also
is gonna.
Observer.
Yeah, the Observer does go down, so nice snipe there from Spirit. Will deny the vision here of Gerald.
Yeah, Spirit is on top of that, trying to not let Geralt know too much about what is going on his side of the map, and he will try to hunt for this Adept as well.
Yeah, Spirit just taking map control, map vision away from Geralt. He will clean this up. Behind this, the Colossus count is slowly building up over time. He's got 1, soon to be 2 Colossi, then getting to Charge, and most likely Geralt is going to be going for the same composition here. Time and time again, we've seen just a very gateway-heavy composition with a couple of Robo units and a couple of High Templar.
Yeah, I assume that's probably what Geralt will go for, as it seems like that's what he's comfortable with. And I mean, he has this 1 Colossus, so he should be fine against this Terran army, but there is also a double drop coming in.
Yeah, Geralt, he is in position, does engage ahead of time. Nice swipe here on the Bio. Does want to dive into the Widow Mine, so he has to be very careful trying to bait out the Widow Mine shot, but Spirit with the unpower. Oh.
Yeah, Spirit is careful. He does not want to waste any of the shots on these Widow Mines, but one of them goes down. The second one is cleaned up as well, and Geralt is chasing this army, but that also means that he's not defending the drop.
Geralt here overextends. 1 Colossus is going to be going down. Massive pickup. At the same time, as you mentioned, double drop here towards the 3rd base, and Geralt is being pulled apart. Probes are going down. Stalkers as well. This can get out of hand. He's forcing a recall.
Yeah, he's forcing a recall, but the army just picks up and leaves, and the recall has been kind of wasted at this point because the army is not in the main base. It's not where Spirit is, and more probes will be going down.
Yeah, Spirit again, he's angry, he's upset. The heart rate is spiking up here as he is just pulling Geralt apart left and right. Rallying towards the natural. The Colossus should be enough to hold on, but no, never mind. He sims in, he wants the Colossus. Ooh.
Yeah, the Colossus is safe, but pretty much every building is unpowered, and there's still some units in this drop that will still be rotating between bases.
Yeah, it does rotate, does hit the 3rd base. Geralt, he's trying to keep up, has lost a lot of workers, as you mentioned, did lose a lot of his production as well, but he does have a 4th Nexus here, so he can rebuild, he can attempt to stabilize.
By the way, I did look, I do have the police through the second screen, and Spirit's heart rate did went to 160 as he was dropping.
Jesus, oh my god.
He went all the way in the red. The drop was a lot.
He was putting everything into that drop play. I mean, again, he did do a lot of damage. He did pull Geralt apart. Geralt, he is behind. Geralt, he has to try to recover from this moment. How does he recover? With run-bys, with counterattacks, catching out some of these drops as well. There's potential, but Geralt has to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, he definitely does. We see how he goes about it. We still have the drop lingering over there. We have a smaller force from Spirit as well going across the map. It looks like Geralt is trying to hunt it down maybe, but yeah, we'll see if he can find it.
Yeah, Gerald, he's being active, hoping to catch any drops. He's just hoping that he can come across a stray medevac, a stray drop here or there. Alas, has not been the case. As you mentioned before, Spirit, he is pinned here outside of the 4th, and he has yet to take the goal base himself. He will soon do so, though, as the CC is just about to finish.
There it is, but Gerald will probably try and stop that from happening as he's moving in right now. He has more Colossus now in this army. I believe there are 3, right? Yeah, 3 Colossus in this army.
Yeah, he takes out a Widow Mine.
He sees the army of Spirit. Oof.
Yeah, Gerald, he doesn't want to engage, so he does back off. But again, he does confirm that the rocks have been knocked down, so he knows that there's a potential 4th here. Speaking of Spirit, he is floating over towards the left-hand side, actually going to be landing at the more linear 4th location instead. Oh.
Yeah, I think after seeing Gerald, he was not confident enough to do so. This Warp Priest unfortunately won't be able to do much as the Vikings do catch it. But it does give some distraction.
Yeah, Gerald tries to engage, but again, he cannot fight this head-on, not with this kind of army. The army is just too vulnerable here for Gerald.
Yeah, but important thing to point out is that Storm has just finished, and we have seen in previous games how well the Storm works out for Gerald, like how well he's able to connect with this bio army of Spirit, and sometimes even Vikings as well, so this is definitely a big asset in this army.
Yeah, for now, I think it's going to be about zoning here for Gerald, because Spirit, he's going to be the first to max. He's going to be the first to max out, and it's going to be on Gerald to slow the army down with Novas, with Storms, to buy time so he can max out himself. Like, he's not too far behind here when it comes to the supply.
Yeah, Spirit is actually very close. Taking this linear base, he's actually moving very close to the bases of Gerald. Ooh, some of the ghosts actually die on the ramp as they're trying to move forward.
And Nova goes up, but the Colossus are exposed. One Colossus goes down, gets a second Colossus as well. Massive pickups. And with that Spirit, he is pushing in. He wants every single Colossus.
Yeah, and I think he will get it. I'm pretty sure one of the EMPs did land on this entire army, and that made it very vulnerable. Even the shield batteries are not able to help.
Oh my god.
That said, the Storms connect with the entire army.
Storms connect. Zealous go for a run by. SCVs are going to be going down. But can he defend against the main army? One more Storm would be ideal. Disruptor does arrive. The Storm connects. Oh my god.
The Storm connects. There are Stalkers behind as well to trap this army of the Terran. They're not able to entirely clean it up though, and there's still more damage happening on the back of the base.
Yeah, exactly. As the drops are still active, there's a Vikings in the medevacs as well as they boost towards the main. Meanwhile, 21 probes went down. Oh, that was a lot of economic damage.
Yeah, this danger is still looming over the bases of Gerald. He's warping in some Zealots to try to stop this from happening, but I'm not sure he will be able to do so.
Yeah, it does take down one of the medevacs. The other one is exposed, but nice target firing here on the Stalkers. Spirit, he will pick up, he will get away. He gets even more probes, and again, he's just keeping Gerald busy, allowing himself to recover and to resaturate those bases.
Yeah, because keep in mind that this is just a few units in Medivacs. Like, this is not the main force of Spirit. The main force of Spirit is right here, and it's taking bases as Gerald is busy chasing the Medivacs around.
Yeah, 7 more probes go down. Spirit, he scans, sees there's no base. I'm sure he's feeling happy about that. Aware that Gerald, he is down in the economy, down in bases. Another expansion does fall, but here come the Storms.
Yeah, he comes to storm, but this time Spirit does split his army even before the Storms even appear. And
oh, God.
we still quite a few Marauders, though.
Yeah, Marauders, they go down. They tank 3 Storms to the face, so it takes a lot of Storms to kill Marauders, but despite that, Marauders did fall. Spirit is going for the gold. Again, this is a good way for him to recover and to just skyrocket ahead here in terms of supply.
Yeah, and at the same time, we have to keep in mind that Gerald lost a base of his own. He doesn't have that gold either, so he will definitely be a bit behind in the economy, and once again, he's losing even more workers in the main base.
Yeah, 5 probes going to be going down. The main armies, they do clash. Nova, oh my god, massive connection! The Novas!
That was a beautiful Nova there from Gerald as it connects with a lot of the Marines.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the same time, drop is going to be cleaned up. Move command here out of Spirit. And Gerald, he still has a chance. Nova goes off once again, connects with the Marauders. And here comes a Colossus. No Vikings this time.
Yeah, the Vikings are all gone as they were busy with the harassment across the map. So this is just a bio army. Still, this is quite a powerful army.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not enough support here. Nice storm here on the bio. Very nicely done, but we're running out of storms, running out of Novas as well. We need reinforcements. Gerald, it's taking a long time to get across the map. Up. Yeah, Spirit, he does step in, takes out both High Templar, diving on the main army as well. There's just not enough gateway units here. It looks like Gerald, he has overextended the Stalkers to disrupt the Colossus. All this is going to be going down.
Yeah, Spirit is just going forward. The second Colossus is joining in as the previous one falls, but I don't think there's enough support for it here.
Yeah.
There's so many Marauders in this army. A tank is now joining in as well, so there's a very strong army from there. At the same time, there's some harassment going on from Gerald across the map. A single Archon harassment.
Yeah, and Gerald, he's in a lot of trouble here. Again, unfortunately, his economy just cannot keep up. He's oversaturated, heavily oversaturated in every single one of his bases here. He needs that gold to get up and running. Without that gold base, Spirit, he's going to skyrocket ahead. We mentioned before the gold base. The gold has kicked in, and Spirit, he's maxing out.
Yeah, and he's holding that gold pretty firmly as well, as he has the entire army there. He has the tanks as well, so even if Gerald tries to harass over the mineral line, Spirit should be able to respond. At the same time, though, the Zeros do get into the base at the bottom.
Yeah, we get to 8 SCVs. We deny some mining of the gold. This is good damage, very necessary damage here for Gerald. As he has to come back too soon. Oh my god!
Oh no, the SCVs come back straight into the lasers. They just line up for the Colossus.
Yeah, that's some good economic damage, but the reality is here that Spirit, if he fights head-on, he will win this fight as well. He has a massive army. He is pushing out, and Gerald, he needs time. He needs to try to force Spirit to turn back around.
He needs to try, but can he do so? It looks like Spirit is set on going across the map. He has the Vikings. Oh
my god!
It's a lot of storms, though.
He takes a massive EMP to the face. No more storms. That's all he had left. And with that, the Bio Army can stem in. The Vikings, they can land as well. A little bit late to land. Zelce do dive on top of this.
Yeah, and they actually kill all of the Vikings. No Vikings survived, I think. Maybe some were picked up.
Wait, Spirit, he's taken every storm to the face.
Like he is dodging storms.
The storms this series has been crazy. Meanwhile, drop across the map. Oh, damage is being done. At the same time, Gerald, he has momentum on his side. He moves out. This base should be going down, and I'm not so sure that Spirit can hold against this.
Yeah, not this base. Maybe he can hold the gold. The gold looks much more well defended, but the other base will be going down. At the same time, we have even more harassment there for Spirit across the map. And I mean, the Stalkers are there to deal with it, but that means that the Stalkers are not part of the main army.
Yeah, Spirit, he just keeps to the drops. He's focusing on, he's targeting down probes as much as he can. 17 probes going to be going down. Nice snipe here on the medevacs. These are some rough losses here for Spirit, but he just keeps on dropping.
He keeps on dropping. He keeps on pulling Gerald's attention back to home, back to defending, while he's able to build up a stronger and stronger army. And Gerald now is trying to push towards the gold base as well, once again.
Yeah, thankfully he keeps his Colossus here out on the map and he denies mining. Just like that, the gold base, there's no mining whatsoever. Oversaturated here towards the right hand side. Oversaturated, no, actually a full mining base towards the left hand side, but still the gold is not up and running. And this could still go either way.
Oh, it looks like the Bio Army may be going around to catch the Protoss, but at the same time the Gerald rotates to the bottom and Spirit is forced to defend, but he cannot keep this base.
Yeah, that is a lot of Bio though, a lot of Ghosts as well. Here come the EMPs!
Yeah, all the EMPs land on the High Templar, so no storms will be landing on this army this time.
Yeah, no storms whatsoever. Meanwhile, the drop play continues. The Colossus, no, is left alone. The Colossus is going to go down. Massive pick up here for Spirit. And Spirit, he's clawing his way back into this. Again, this Bio Army is very efficient and has a lot of potential as well. Gerald is trying to keep up in a head-on fight. I do favor Gerald just because it's mainly Marine, but we'll see how the armies do clash. Oh.
And they do clash right now. Nice EMP there on the army. Half of it is now without shield, so Gerald decides that it's not a good point to engage, but he has to engage because he will be losing bases.
Oh, the EMP once again. No storm whatsoever. The army trying to come in from behind. Storms are going to be so crucial, but the EMPs, they just keep connecting. And this time, 0 storms for Gerald. The base goes down.
Yeah, Spirit is on point with EMP on those High Templars. They are constantly out of energy, even though they are being recharged with the batteries. They still cannot contest with the Ghost.
Yeah, and Gerald, he's in trouble. Finally! Oh my god, the storm! It's brutal once again. All he needs is one. Give this man one storm. Is it going to be enough? Gerald, he's out of position. He's out of position.
It's out of position, but also he has a strong army, while the army of Spirit is quite vulnerable. It's quite weakened by this point, so it will be cleaned up, but not before Gerald suffers crucial losses.
Ooh, rough SimCity working against Gerald. The Archons, they take a long time to come in. Zealots go down. Stalkers go down. This is a rough trade for Gerald. He will clean this up, but alas, we have more reinforcements on the way. Again, it's a very cheap army for Spirit. Just pure Marine Marauder. Just rallies across the map, and Gerald, he's struggling to keep up.
I mean, look, man with gun.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Yeah, it's 2-3 Archons go down. Very nice kiting here by Spirit. Again, just out trading this army, and Gerald, he's overextending. If he chases this army, he might lose the Colossus. Has to be so careful. Drops, they come back in. More probes going down.
Yeah, I feel like Gerald kind of has to choose if he wants to defend or attack because he cannot do both. Even though like those drops are not big, like there are always few units there. But if he keeps, if he keeps hesitating, if he keeps coming back when he is, on the offensive, I don't think he's able to do both.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get a mineral line here. Just a couple of Marines and he can pop off. Thankfully, good positioning here with the Colossus. Meanwhile, Geralt, he doesn't know this, but top left has now been taken. A fresh mining base, and this is allowing Spirit to skyrocket ahead here in supply.
Yeah, I mean, even though Geralt has the gold, he doesn't quite have as well developed mining as Spirit does currently, so he will be quickly out macroed if he doesn't do something about it.
Yeah, now finally Geralt is checking, but this is a late scout here for Geralt as he now gets eyes on the expansion. The planetary is done. Zealots, can do nothing against the planetary.
I like how they hide in the vents. I didn't know that you can hide this closely.
Yeah, they just hide in the steam vents here. Meanwhile, Spirit, he's just getting further and further ahead in supply. EMP is going to be popping up, and Geralt, he can't engage, he can't push into this.
Yeah, he MP'd pretty much the entire army, but somehow the High Templar was able to escape from it, so there are some storms available.
And storms are going to be available. Decent position here with the Colossus is holding on to the expansion at least. Zealous is trying to find some damage, but there are reinforcements back at home, and Spirit, he's almost maxed. At this point, he's almost maxed out. Outside of making a big mistake, Spirit, he is looking to force the ace match.
Yeah, and also those Zealots, I mean, they can still do damage in those bases, but there's no mining happening in those bases anyway. Like all the mining has been moved to the gold, moved to the top base, so there's where the workers of Spirit are.
Yeah, they're protected by the planetary. Geralt, again, he had some really good moments in this game. He was ahead in this game, but once again, as we saw against Christiana, Spirit, his drop play is where he really thrives, just dropping non-stop, even in the face of an army, and getting so much damage and causing this kind of uncertainty from his opponent. Once again, a nice storm, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah, nice flanking storm, but it's like the storms are really good, they connect really nicely, but there's no support for those units. Like the Gateway army is not quite able to do it, the single Colossus does fall down, and I don't think Geralt has enough.
Yeah, exactly. The Bio army snowballs out of control. GG gets called, and Spirit, he ties things up 2-2. We are going to the ace match. Here we go, and again, a banger of a game as well. Very back and forth. Spirit, he took every storm to the face, did not split even towards the end. The storms were crazy efficient for Geralt, but as we saw, he was being torn apart by the drop play, left and right, back and forth. The main base, the third base, the fourth base as well, was able to buy time, deal crippling damage to the economy, and Spirit, in the midst of all that, was able to take more bases and establish and re-establish his own economy as well.
Yeah, very nicely done. So that brings us to the ace match. Both our players tied 2-2. And I mean, this final game will decide who will go into the finals.
Yeah, exactly. One game left here for this series, and I'm very impressed with Geralt and his ability, his tenacity as well, to have made it here to the ace match. Do we get a crazy upset? Can Geralt bring down Spirit? Spirit, he is the reigning H.4.0.S Galactic Battle Champions. Spirit, he is ranked the highest player in all of Poland, higher than a Laser, higher than Christiana, higher than Geralt as well. Spirit, he's favored to win it all. I think even Rodzin said in his interview that he was expecting a Spirit to win, but Spirit, he is struggling here in the semifinals.
Yeah, most people asked about the favorite. They were saying that Spirit is probably the one. So it would be really surprising to see Geralt win against. I mean, to be fair, Geralt is a very strong player in his own right, but he's definitely not the favorite to win it with Spirit being present.
Exactly. Everyone, their eyes are on Spirit here, and oh boy, we'll see. We'll see if Spirit can recover. We'll see if he has been able to, I should say. He was on match point, so he did bring it back here in Game 4, and it all ends in Game 5. Game 5 is going to be on ley lines.
Also, speaking of Spirit, I just want to say, every time you say that he's just taking the storms, I just imagine him as one of those like storm hunters, like those people who like, when they see like a tornado or something, they just go right in front of it because they're just, looking for adrenaline or whatever.
Okay.
That's Spirit in my mind now.
Ah,
It's
okay.
the guy hunting down the storms.
There you go. There you go. He is. And they land. They connect. Takes him to the face. Beautiful. Beautiful.
He's not afraid.
Nah, no. He probably should be.
He's not phased.
He probably should, give them a
He
wide
probably
berth.
should be.
Yeah. Exactly. It's killing him in these games. Uh-huh. But it looks like we do need a moment here to set things up. And again, this is going to be the final game of the series. It all ends here. It all ends in Game 5. As a reminder as well, we still have plenty more matches ahead of this. After this PVT, we have a PVZ between Cristiano and a Laser.
Yeah, so we still have a few more matches left after this. There will be also a third place match for those who may be wondering.
Gerald, he is bopping. He's listening to some like Italian rap.
Yeah, probably.
He's got that Rainer playlist going.
Looks like.
Yo, Spirit, he's looking at the he's looking at the Wikipedia page. we can see his monitor. Let's go.
I mean, to be fair, most players are.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like, most players are using Wikipedia. They're actually using Wikipedia arguably more than they should.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because it has been an issue a few times where like something was updated, like, inside a tournament where like there was change in schedule or something, and the players would still refer to the Wikipedia even though it didn't have the information yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we know for a fact that the players use Wikipedia.
I was just a little bit shocked just because I don't think we've seen that camera angle before. I don't think in the previous houses we had like the over-the-shoulder one. So it's like, oh, like we can see them. It's cool.
Yeah, actually, I think we have maybe, just not very common.
Mm. There you go.
Also, I see players are having fun in the chat.
Let's go.
Also, something I want to say is like I'm glad to see that because we get those shots of the crowd. I'm glad to see that like it seems like the crowd has taken care of Exalted there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's being integrated with the crowd now. Because I was honestly a little worried about that because it's a specifically Polish audience, so the language barrier and whatnot, like people like know each other, and so like he's not part of that community. So I was a little bit worried that maybe he would be just like the VIP guest, just sitting on the balcony and not really part of the event. But it looks like he integrated really well with the rest of the crowd.
Yeah. They've embraced him.
They did.
I think I saw art in the bracket, sorry, in the crowd as well. I think I noticed a couple of other players. It's like cool to see that they're all enjoying themselves. As it looks like here we go, you can hear the beeps. We are jumping into that final game, the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on ley lines. Let's go.
I mean, look, the players are enjoying themselves with the drinks.
They are.
They can buy their name drinks.
Yeah. Yo, Spirit, he's listening to the Deus Ex soundtrack. You see that? Let's go.
I do see it, yeah. I don't know what it is exactly, but I do see it.
It's an old
I'll be honest, I actually don't know Deus Ex soundtrack.
Take it
Someone
away.
has to send it to me. But anyway, we are ready. We are in game. And we are looking at the first of our players. We are on lane lines, of course. We're in the bottom left corner of the map. We have our blue Terran player, currently tied with his opponent 2-2. It is Spirit.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the underdog himself, the Dark Horse, the red Polish Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
And Cedric is in the chat mentioning that most of them speak English. No, yeah, most of them do speak English. It's just more of like, a community thing, because it feels like House is still like way more local event, where Home Story Cup is considered like international. So like it's just slightly different character. But yeah, I'm glad to see that everybody is, blending in.
Yeah, for sure. It's great to see the community coming together. I mean, that's one of the great things about the House Galactic Battle is that the Polish scene can all congregate here and enjoy and celebrate StarCraft as one, as a community. And Already, we have a cheeky start here for Spirit going for the eBay block.
Oh yes, Spirit starting strong with the, poking at their opponent, distracting them, even trying to block the second base as well.
Yeah, he's trying to force the unnatural. Natural, he's in position. Gerald's going for the forward expansion.
Kara just goes for it. I mean, look, if you're not gonna let me take bases, I'm just gonna go even more forward.
Yeah.
I don't know how that will work for him, but
Ooh, okay. So Gerald, he cancels the Nexus and he does rebuild here at the natural. On the one hand, now his base isn't exposed. I was about to say he's going to be vulnerable to an all-in, but at the same time, that is a big delay and a big loss as well. That is 100 minerals just removed because of that cancel.
yeah, I mean, I do wonder what's more worth it. Like, I guess this is the safer option. Like, in the end, you still lose something, but like, it's a safer option. But I wonder if you could pull off something crazy with a forward Nexus like that.
You probably could, but very difficult as well. So just a really rough start for Gerald here, losing 100 minerals, especially this early on. He's going to be looking to settle in, but just a really nice start for Spirit is what I will say. Nice start.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it like any kind of like distraction to the build of your opponent is definitely something that can really snowball later on in the game, because I guess pros are not as much prone to like messing up their build because of something like that, but it's still something that delays their build and messes up the timings.
Yeah, I mean, it's a delay on the natural, it's a delay on probes, it's also 100 lost minerals. With that, the Adept has arrived and does get one Marine, so nice damage here by Gerald. But alas, is going to be zoned back, and Spirit will be able to get control of his own mineral line. Oh.
Yes, he tries to go in with this Soke and Adept now. And actually, it looks like we'll be dealing with most of these Marines.
Yeah, the 3 Marines are going to be going down. The Hellion has arrived. Adept going to be shading towards the mineral line. Can he get the Marine? The Marine will barely survive here, and Geralt is going to be forced back. Adept shades into the main.
Yeah, the Adept sneaks by, and the single Marine will be coming back to fight it, but it looks like it will not be here in time before some SCVs to go down.
And a very nice scout. He sees the research in Tech Lab, so he knows it's going to be Cloak Banshees, not a Widowmine drop, not this time.
Do you think Spirit cancels? Or he just goes for it anyway?
We commit. We send it.
Yeah. I mean, Spirit is confident. I will give him that.
Yeah, I mean, Geralt, he's going to be rechecking. He moves out with Hallucination just in case it is cancelled, so he is going to confirm. At the same time, Hellions, they dive in. Nice force fields as the Hellions are locked out.
They're locked out. One of them does get sniped by the Stalkers. Geralt does recheck with that Phoenix. And he sees that the Cloak Banshees are still a go.
Yeah, the Cloak Banshees are still Cloak Banshees. Hellions, they dive on past the natural, they dive into the mineral line, and they can two-shot probes. Oh. Up! Oh my God.
Probes. The SimCity working against the probes a little bit, as they have to all, come together as they go between the shield battery and the mineral line.
Yeah.
It looks like it should be dealt with, but yeah, that was a very scary moment, very chaotic defense there.
Yes, a very chaotic defense. As you mentioned, Geralt, he does clean this up. Does deny some mining time, definitely in the main base, but now he has everything back up and running. Behind this, Observer's on the way. Remember, he scouted the Cloak Banshees, and now he has detection ready.
I mean, he has the detection, but does he have the forces? He has a few Stalkers. But the question is, will they be in position if the said Banshee comes? To be fair, it looks like... I think Speed is waiting for the second one, yeah? Yeah,
Okay.
2 Banshees.
Is waiting for the second Banshees. So 2 Banshees are soon to be moving out on the right-hand side. Looks like we did have a monitor issue here. Oh.
Okay. So Gerard is saying that his monitor is going to turn off in 5 minutes. Finally, there's a countdown. That's a fun thing to
I've
see.
never encountered that. Like, to get an alert saying that your monitor is just going to turn off. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
That has to be that has to be like a specific thing for the gaming bar, because so typically for PC cafes and gaming bars, like because you have to pay for your time. I'm assuming his time is about to run out. Like that's what I'm
Maybe.
assuming. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's how it's set up, like for an event, but yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's
It's possible
possible.
that they just use the same like equipment, or maybe I mean it's either that or it's the monitor itself, where
Well,
it's like oh you're not using it, and it's like turning off in 5 minutes. But like that still doesn't make much
yeah,
sense.
exactly. So that's why I'm assuming usually you get these kind of alerts like on your like at a PC bang because of your time running out.
Mm.
So they have to like add time to his account, and then he's good to go. I would assume. I don't think they're gonna force the players to pay for it. I think they just can add it to the account. But yeah,
No, I don't think.
yeah. There we go. Yeah, they gave him like an extra like 30 minutes.
You have
Let's
to
go.
finish this game in the next 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Game resumed.
Beautiful.
And we have those two banshees going across the map from Spirit. Again, they do have cloak, so they may be able to do damage, but Gerald should be prepared. He should have observers. I think one of them is even hanging around the natural base, so should be able to spot these banshees coming. But the question is about the stalkers, because most of them actually did move out across the map.
Yeah, okay, so there's one observer here at the natural, one observer at the third. The stalkers are some in position, though eventually they can one-shot probes. They can and they will.
And they will. The shield battery doesn't quite help on this side of the base. But in the end, only two of them do fall down. At the same time, the stalkers do push across the map.
And they get a free depot. Depot is going to get picked up, so nicely done here by Geralt. At the same time, though, where is the observer? The observer overshoots. Oof.
Yeah, the observer did not spot the movement of the banshees. The second one is joining in, and they will be able to snipe the banshees now, but not before they take 8 probes with them.
Yeah, very nice damage. 8 workers going to be going down. They are going to be cleaned up, but that was not a bad trade for Spirit. At the same time, would you see the push across the map? He wants that second depot. Up.
He doesn't get it, but at least he forces the repair, so a bit of wasted resources for Spirit there.
Yeah, and now that both banshees went down, Geralt, he's unchained. He can now break out with everything else. The soldiers are pushing at the same time as Spirit likewise moving out towards the third base.
Yeah, you say that, but like Spirit has 3 tanks here, and he's unsealing, he's moving forward. I'm not actually that convinced that these stalkers can deal with this.
Yeah, alas, he was trying to delay the third base. He won't be able to. He's looking for a way in. He's going to rotate. He can maybe find a way into the natural now that the tanks are repositioning here towards the third. But so far, good setup here from Spirit. He is pretty well defended.
But he is. His tanks are spread out as well, so they cover quite a big area there. That said, Gerald does have his first Colossus joining the army, so that will definitely help. But do they have range? They don't have range yet, no.
Yeah, not yet. Behind this goal, just taking fourth. Getting a fourth base. Again, he's only here to posture, to delay any kind of push. He has no intention to break this army, only to contain a Spirit and catch any kind of drop play out of the Terran. Oh.
Okay, snipes 1 unit. 1 more out there.
Yeah, very nice pick up. Marauder goes down. Tanks, they do move out. Looking a little bit exposed, but they do siege up in time. And Geralt, he does respect it. He does pull away. Oh!
Oh, he's going for it. He's
Oh.
going for it.
Oh my god.
Oh, he gets one of them. He gets one of the 3 tanks.
Yeah, it's going to cost him a lot of stalkers. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 stalkers going down for 1 tank. Ay. At the same time, the
Yeah, and
fourth
there's
base
some
has been
stalkers.
spotted.
Yeah, the rest of the stalkers are also getting caught in the middle of the map as the army actually follows.
Yeah, 5th stalker gets picked up, so that was an expensive trade here for Geralt. Every stalker, I mean, they're getting quite expensive, especially mineralized, especially gas-wise. Spirit, he does move out. Geralt, can he deal with this?
Yeah, I mean, he did get that single tank, but that didn't delay the push. He had to prepare defense at home, but I don't know if he has enough. There are some gateway units joining in, and the army of the Terran is split, to be fair.
Yeah, tanks are exposed. They're going to be going down, but the Bio Army can hold its own. The Colossus, they do come in. We have the surround. We at least attempt to.
Yeah, but it looks like the Colossus stands strong. The force speeds do help a little bit, and the Widowmice are not able to connect with the Protoss army. And looks like Geralt will hold for now.
Yeah, Geralt, he does hold on, shuts down those lines. As you mentioned, the reinforcing army was a little bit too late. Didn't quite surround the way that he wanted to, and with that, Geralt, he's holding.
Yeah, he's holding. I mean, the thing is, like, he's holding, but is it the end of the aggression from Spirit? Because he still has a standing army, decides to regroup instead, though. So it looks like Geralt will have some time to rebuild, will have some time to improve this army.
Yeah, as Gerald, he is building up his Colossus count, soon to be into Storm as well. I mean, we've seen how well he can trade with those High Templar, with those Storms, as the Temple Archives did just finish up.
Yeah, Storm will definitely be on the menu soon. And as we know, Spirit catches all the Storms, takes them to the face.
He does. He catches them with his face.
Yes. He likes them that way, you know?
He likes it.
He just goes, hunts for the Storms. He finds exactly where they are. He checks on the maps, checks the weather reports every day.
Every day.
And he just goes for it.
Yes. That's why his heart rate goes up. He's excited.
Yeah. That's actually why his heart rate is so high, because there were so many Storms.
No. Meanwhile, Mindjo going to be coming in. Geralt, he does notice in time, he does pull away. Thankfully, not taking too many shots to the face as 2 probes do go down. At the same time, Spirit being very active here towards the left.
Yeah, but these Widowmice are still active, and they're going towards another base of Geralt. It will be dealt with the Zealots, but there's another one still in the main base.
Yeah, one more Widowmine here towards the main is going to burrow. Alas, we do notice in time, Geralt, he does respond. At the same time, the main armies do push forward. Decent EMP hero here on the Stalkers. Meanwhile, Storm is just now finishing up.
The Nova is only zoning the army away, but it does buy very valuable time for Geralt, as he is able to regroup his army and get ready for the defense.
Yeah, Spirit is maxed out. Geralt is still down 30 supply, but Geralt over time, he is recovering. He is recouping those losses. Army does push in. Do we have a Storm?
Yes, we do, and it covers the entire army of the Terran, but at the same time, it doesn't kill it while Geralt pays with the High Templar for it.
Yeah, he wants the pylon. Pylon goes down. Medevac's going to be falling. At the same time, the main army pushing towards the left-hand side. Colossus are in position, though.
Yeah, we have some Storms here as well, and they will be blanketing the army. They don't deal with the Vikings, though. The Colossus are so naked.
Yeah, exactly. There's no anti-air. Thankfully, the Prism goes down. Colossus as well, and with that, 2 Colossus do fall. Massive pickoffs of Spirit.
Yeah, really nicely done there for Spirit. The entire Bio army just moved back while the Vikings were dealing with the army of Geralt. And yeah, as you said, the warp is getting sniped with the Colossus inside. The last Colossus are still standing, and the Vikings are hunting for it, but can't find it.
Yeah, the final Colossus still alive there. We can go back into Colossi from here. For the time being, Disruptors are on the way. Geralt, he's holding his own, does force back the Terran, and is taking his own 5th base. It's now getting saturated.
There it is. He has the army prepared there for potential defense. I heard a Widowmine. There's a Widowmine somewhere.
There is one Widowmine on the map.
It must have been killed.
Yeah, sure.
It must have been killed.
Yeah, it must have been killed. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Widowmine. I'm sure of it. I heard the Widowmine.
Yeah, it died. Yeah.
It's actually on my balcony. It's like behind my window.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. As you see, Geralt posturing here, catching us some Medivacs. He gets 1, he gets 2. Oh, 3.
Ooh, gets all of the Medivacs actually.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So, yeah, they're small.
Takes down 3. Medevac's very nice. Because the Viking counter, though, is still very high. Very high. And I think maybe for the first time this series, we have a second Robo. Second Robo is being thrown down. Yeah, Widowmine does pop off here, getting 1 pro, but now he can actually make 2 Disruptors at a time.
I told you there was a Widowmine.
Yeah.
We found it.
I mean, it's dead now, but sure.
Yeah, but it was there.
As Nova goes off, a Viking to be zoned away. Once again, the army is being forced back, but Geralt, he's running out of nerves. He has to be careful, only 3 Disruptors. Oh.
Yeah, he's also fighting right next to the Planetary, which does not help. Ooh, but the Vikings, they're focusing on the Colossus, but the Storm zones them out, and the Colossus just barely survives.
Yeah, at the same time, Zelda towards the natural SCVs are going to be going down. A good attack here from Geralt, distracting Spirit and getting into the mineral line.
Yeah, actually doing quite a lot of damage as the Terran army is busy elsewhere, and the Zealots are still not cleaned up. The Stalkers are walking in as well, and the Spirit is dealing with that. The forward base is under attack.
Yeah, the CC is going to go down. Stalkers, they harass on the right-hand side. Spirit, it's his turn. Oh, no, not paying attention. Takes Nova to the face. Oh, my God.
Takes the Nova. More Novas are coming as well, and he doesn't snipe that Disruptor either. Snipes the one moving in, though, so that's at least something, but yeah, Spirit losing a lot of army in this engagement.
Yeah, Gerald's overextended. He lost all his stalkers. He tried to push in towards the natural, but there were plenty of reinforcements, and Gerald, he does plummet in supply. Did very well for himself, but he needs time here to recover and to warp in.
That he does. We'll see if Spirit gives him the time, as he has another army prepared and he's ready to expand and potentially move out. He needs the army of Gerald in the middle.
Nice splits here. Yeah, very nice splits. Does dodge Nova. Another Nova going to be going up. Colossus almost getting caught out as well. Gerald has to be so careful here with his rally, with his army, as he does pull away. Dark Shrine is now in production, getting ready for those DT run-bys.
Yeah, he's trying to deny this base for Spirit. We'll see if he's able to do so. There are some EMPs landing on the entire, pretty much the entire army.
Yeah, on the main force, we do get those EMPs. Meanwhile, Zelarama on the right-hand side. Planetary is not ready.
Planetary is not ready, and it will be taken down by those Zealots. By the way, this is a very nice base. Just want to point it out.
Yeah, Storms does go up. Likewise, one Archon going to get picked up here from the side of Spirit. He does stim on forward, but the Nova once again does run away.
Ooh, but we have a double drop from Spirit going across the map, so as Gerald is busy with this attack, he may be caught off guard behind.
Yes, he does throw down some storms. High Templar are going to be thrown away. Big losses here for Geralt, and back at home probes are going down. The entire mineral line falls.
Yes, Gerald is forced to warp in at home, but that means that he doesn't have reinforcements on the front. Spirit uses the chance to move out. He's moving the entire army across the map together with that drop that's still doing damage in another base.
Yeah, Geralt is out of position. He's completely out of position. Recalls on cooldown. He will defend the natural, but a base went down. Likewise, fourth base under fire, third base under fire as well. Everything is flashing red here, and Geralt, he's just nowhere to be found.
Yeah, Gerald trying to find his position. He decides to not go for the drop. He moves his army towards Spirit, but Spirit already taken the base, and there's another drop as well.
Yeah, Geralt is just being completely pulled apart. Now, supply-wise, Geralt still has a massive army. He can win ahead on fights, but he's just being torn apart. His economy's in shambles.
Yeah, more probes will be going down as the drop in the main base is not dealt with. And Gerald is trying to hunt out this army, but it's actually hidden in the medivacs.
Yeah, a base trade is the best option here. There's a Doom drop towards the left, a drop towards the right hand as well. It's just non-stop drop play, which means there's nothing at home to defend, or there's very little, I should say, just a handful of Marines and a handful of Marauders.
Yeah, so Gerald should be able to deal with this army. The question is that enough? Like, is he able to base trade fast enough before Spirit finishes off his side of the map?
Yeah, the problem is that Spirit, he's attacking 3 bases at once here, and Geralt, he does not push into the main. He's going to be dealing with these fringe bases, but Spirit, he's banking on reinforcements in that main base as well.
Yeah, so he will try to set up a strong front, a strong defense. He will make a fortress out of his main base as he's finishing off the Geralt's buildings.
Yeah, Nova's going to be going up, Planetary is going to be going down. There's still more bases, DTs. They will deal with at least one of them, though, as the main army comes back home.
Gerald actually decides to defend. I mean, he may be able to do so. This army from Spirit is actually not all that big, but I'm not sure if that's actually good.
Yeah, as Geralt turns back around, Disruptors, they're very vulnerable, very exposed. Geralt, he's trying to maintain his position, but that's still a very large bio army here for Spirit.
Yeah, he has to be careful. There are a lot of EMPs here available as well. The Disruptors are going forward.
Oh my god. Novas go off, they don't quite connect. More Novas, they zone away. Again, a little bit trigger happy here from Geralt, sending out a lot of Novas. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, 57 probes have gone down. Geralt, he's down to barely a 1 base economy. Likewise, those Spirit as well, down to what, 25 SCVs.
Yeah, both of our players are hurting economically, but the question is who has more like bases set up and available, I guess, to restore that economy.
Well, I mean, Geralt,
I don't even know if we will get there.
Yeah, Geralt, he has a better army. He has a massive army. He's pushing in. The Novas, they go up. They do zone away. They connect somewhat with the main army here, and it might just be enough. Geralt, he has enough to push through. Keep going.
He has enough. He's still trying to find the best position, and he's blinking forward, in fact. The Novas are still on cooldown, so he can't quite use them, but he can use that storm that once again lands on the army.
Yeah, and he takes down the Planetary at the same time. The Planetary goes down. Geralt Spirit, he's down to half a mining base, and he has no EMPs, he has no ghosts.
He decides to go across the map. He decides to go for the Ballister, but at this point his army is not big enough. Geralt is actually going to chase him.
Yeah, Geralt, he can catch up this army. He's catching up reinforcements as well. Marines are going to get picked up left and right. And Spirit, he has to fight, but he cannot fight this. And are we going to see a massive upset here? Spirit, he was favored to win the tournament.
was favored, but it is Gerald who will be taking this series 3-2 with a beautiful blanket of storms right in the choke point, covering the entire army. And Gerald is moving to the finals.
GG, well played. Gerald with the upset. He takes down Spirit. Spirit, he is the reigning House Galactic Battle Champion. He is the Prince of Poland, if you will. Spirit, he has won it all. He was coming in as the highest rated player amongst everyone here, but Gerald says no. Gerald, he knocks him out. Despite placing 4th in the group stage, Gerald, he takes the win 3-2. GG.
Nicely done. And as somebody in the chat is pointing out as well, and you did mention it before, without the Stargate, there was not a single Stargate in that entire match.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that there were some games, especially on Neo Violet Square, where Geralt could have just teched into Sky Toss at certain points, and it would have been a bit of an easier game for him. But Geralt,
yeah, but he decided not to. Like this is a stylistic choice.
Yeah,
he just decided to win with the storms.
It is very much so, very much. I mean, we did see the second Robo in the final game for the first time. Like, he was only staying on one Robo for so many of those games, so he at least was able to reinforce that. I mean, we saw that as well come into play, where his disruptor count was much higher this time because he could actually make more disruptors. It's crazy, the power of one Robo. Thankfully, did make
imagine having more production.
Imagine having more production. It's insane. So that did definitely come into play when it came to the series, but GG, very well played. Congratulations. And Gerald, he knocks out the favorite player, the would-be champion. He's out of it. He's done.
Yeah, and there's no double elimination. He's just gone. Gerald is in the grand finals, and Spirit will be knocked down to the 3rd place match. Again, Spirit was the favorite for pretty much everyone. Like, even when you asked the other players, they all said that it would most likely be Spirit, at least in the finals.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, myself included, we all expected Spirit to at least make it to the finals, but alas, he is denied. And with that, congratulations to Gerald. He has some time to rest, to recuperate, to just scoff down some of those Jack and Pepsis. He can, of course, enjoy his time.
Can drink some.
Exactly.
Can drink some jik.
Exactly.
You know what that is, right?
God no. Is that?
It's one of the sponsors.
Ah, there you go.
It's the boar.
There you go. You can drink the boar.
The boar drink.
Drink
the boar.
We're going to be going on a short break. We're going to be going on I say short break. The players, they need some time to set up on the stage. Both Alazer and Cristiano, they're stepping up next here to determine who will face off against Geralt in those finals. Again, coming into this next series, I do favor Cristiano. He just 2-0'd Alazer in the group stage. Cristiano, he had a very strong performance previously, but now it's best of 5, and now Alazer, he is a little bit more accustomed to Cristiano, so I'm sure Alazer is going to adapt his style, and we could see another back and forth.
Definitely good. Also, keep an eye on the chat. I will actually try to post in multiple chat at once, so I will try my best to do translations if there is another interview, because this would be the time for another interview.
Yeah, there we go. For now, though, we'll see you guys soon after the break. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, and be back for the next semifinals match.
See you then.
Dziękuję.
Było warto to oglądać, naprawdę mistrzostwo świata, jeżeli chodzi o trzecią mapę. Wytrzymałeś to napięcie, tam puls, widziałem, że obu wam skakał naprawdę bardzo wysoko, tam powyżej 160 nawet w pewnych momentach mieliście.
Do we have any translators in the chat?
Odsapnąłeś troszeczkę, tak. Do ciśnienia jeszcze może wrócimy, ale pierwsze pytanko od widzów. Dlaczego zawsze nic nie mówisz, jak streamujesz, nawet między grami?
No, są dwa powody. Jeden, nie chce mi się, A
Okej.
dwa, mam straszny pogłos w pokoju i to echo jest takie denerwujące, bo to, że na streamie słychać pogłos to jedno, ale ja sam go słyszę i mam
Jasne.
takie, naprawdę taką, wiecie, no,
Jasne, teraz zrozumiałe. To bo tak, bo ty streamujesz chyba bez słuchawek, nie? Ty masz mikrofon ten taki
No, mam
na
mikrofon.
wyciągniku, tak. No to ma to sens, to co powiedzieć ma to ogromny sens, nie? I powiedz mi tak, ile kalorii dziennie potrzebuje typowy polski e-sportowiec, zwłaszcza gdy wie, że będzie grał na Protosa,
no,
czyli PvP?
no polski e-sportowiec, no to tyle, ile na ile go stać, no nie za wiele raczej.
Okej,
Wyjątek,
ma to sens.
wyjątek Jakub Gwiazda, no bo to wiadomo.
No tak, zgadza się. No nie ma dzisiaj z nami Jakuba, bo wiem, że nie mógł dotrzeć z jakichś powodów osobistych, ale rzeczywiście Jakub Gwiazda, on kalorii musi, że tak powiem, mieć dużo, żeby dobrze zagrać te swoje szybkie rasze 3-minutowe, prawda?
No
Tak.
wiadomo, no.
No i trzecie pytanie, wracając do tych kalorii, powiedz mi, jak to jest z uwalnianiem pokładów energii nabytych przez dzień, 2, 3 tydzień? Czy lepiej je wyrzucić przed turniejem, czy trzymać się w napięciu cały czas do końca turnieju?
No ja wczoraj rozmawiałem z coachem, on mi polecił generalnie, żebym no, wyrzucił trochę tej energii rano.
Czy coach to jest pan, który ma na imię na I, a nazwisko na K?
No możliwe.
Dobrze, to domyślamy się chyba już, o kogo chodzi.
Mamy tu jakiegoś NDA-ka podpisanego, więc no wiadomo.
dobrze. Tak?
Natomiast no ja polecam przed, w trakcie i po, bo to... Wiecie,
Doskonały
stopniować.
pomysł, Dobra, Gerald, słuchaj, nie przedłużamy, bo wiem, że już gracze, jak widzisz, wetują. No to co, ja ci gratuluję i na kogo byś chciał zagrać? Ale weź no powiedz, zdradź.
No wydaje mi się, że wolałbym na Elazera, bo PvZ trenowałem na ten turniej.
Okej.
Głupio mi, że przegrałem 0-2 w group stage'u, ale no myślę, że jeśli będzie taki finał, to mogę pokazać naprawdę fajne gry.
To ja, że tak powiem, dopytam dalej, jeżeli to będzie jednak PvP, to co? Masz coś tam przygotowanego?
No powiem, że dużo graliśmy PvP, znaczy dużo grałem w ostatnich tygodniach PvP
Okej.
i dodatkowo dużo grałem na Krystianera. Krystianer bardzo aktywny na laderze europejskim.
Jasne,
więc, no.
okej. Dobra, słuchaj, nie przedłużamy, bo już widzę, że gracze podali sobie dłonie, bardzo fajny, miły gest i dziękujemy, oddajemy głos do studia. Indy Z, głosik dla was, trzymajcie się.
Siema.
Dziękuję